Conor Hazard went down for one of those injuries that the keeper magically recovers from, and since then Argyle have shown some signs of improvement, but in truth, with 5 minutes to go till half-time, Luton are good value for their lead. Luton 1, Argyle 0.
OK, thank you very much, Michael McCann, and coverage of that game continues on BBC Radio Devon, DAB Digital Radio and Plymouth and West Devon on 95.7 FM. Coming up next, we've got Torquay United at Worthing.
Because of you, every day is brighter. Because of you, Devon is a better place.
Real love and compassion for the community.
You go the extra mile. You make the impossible feel possible.
What they do for each other is phenomenal.
You and people just like you are the spark that makes a difference.
To nominate a local hero for a Make a Difference award, go to bbc.co.uk/make a difference, where you'll find a list of categories, full terms and our privacy notice. Nominations close on the 31st of March at 5 p.m.
Make a difference. We can make a difference.
BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
Songster makes a right low, Mike G. Can he fast along that space? G, yes he can. Mike G tries to shot. That is a stunning goal by Mike G. From 22 yards out with the inside of his right foot. Mike G, the hero. Tries to play it across. It's turned in by Jordan Thomas. Thomas, right place, right time. I don't think he knew much about it because he ended up in the back of the net with the ball. It's going to come to Tom's back across and stroked into the net there by Dan Hayfield. And Torquay United's dominance knows no bounds at the moment. Torquay United 3. Back to Jordan Young. He's going to try a low shot. It's going to bounce and Cody Cook can get there. Cody Cook does get in there. And Torquay United have taken the lead. Back to Jordan Young. This is where he comes alive. Thinks it in looking for Fulston. And Torquay United have got that third goal. It is onside. Brilliant ball in by Jordan Young. The goal difference is looking better. Torquay United 3, Weymouth 0.
BBC Radio Devon Sport.
OK, proudly following Torquay United home and away here on BBC Radio Devon through National League South. We will keep you up to date with Plymouth Argyle away against Luton in the EFL Trophy quarter-final. They're losing 1-0 at Kenilworth Road right now with the Greens. But massive game at the top of National League South this evening. It is live across the county on FM, on BBC Sounds and on Freeview Channel 712. It's Torquay United at Worthing with Clive Hayward and Harry Salvage.
Thank you so much, James. As you said, a massive game at the top of the National League South table, but 2 defeats in the last 3 have made Torquay United's title approach stumble a little bit, and a victory for Worthing, a side who've been out of sorts lately, if you ignore Saturday's result against Slough Town. But a win today for the hosts could see them go above the goals, as Torquay United be wanting to close that gap on league leaders at Dorking Wanderers here tonight. It was an unsuccessful trip to East Sussex, where more talking has been done off the pitch than on the pitch in the last few days. But time now for Torquay to do some talking on the pitch, and a massive 3 points could do a world of good for Paul Watton's side. I'm joined by Clive Hayward, contributor at Torquay Talk, as well as a member of Tust. It's been a horrible few days for the club in general, but now is the time to go and watch some football.
Yeah, absolutely. A relief to get on with it again in many ways, I think. Sad to hear about the sickness bug that seems to be sweeping its way through the squad. Last thing we wanted, really. Jordan Young, obviously, still unavailable. Jordan Dyer, absent from the back line. So if ever a team had their work cut out, I think it's the Yellows tonight. They're about to shake hands in the centre circle. Sam Dreyer having a word with the officials, and yeah, it's a big night. There seems to be, I would guess, 150, 200 Torquay fans away in the far corner of the stand. At least they're under a roof this year. That's an improvement. And I think there's going to be a good atmosphere because you've got home fans and away fans all quite close together. It is segregated, but there'll be plenty of noise tonight, I think.
What have you made of those 2 changes? James dropping out with injury, in comes Ed Palmer, Dylan Morgan coming in for Dan Hayfield, which seem to be 2 enforced changes, but nonetheless, I don't think 2 unsurprising changes.
No, I think certainly Ed Palmer's a solid citizen at the back. I think Paul Watton said in the interview that he would have played regardless. It was a very, very difficult afternoon for young Ed James, I think, on Saturday, and So that's how Palmer's got his place back. Dan Hayfield has not let anybody down this season. He's done very well in that midfield. And so the person I want to see put in a performance tonight is former captain Matt Worthington, really. I think that it's time for the bigger profile players in this squad to start delivering.
And it will be Matt Worthington who's going to get the ball rolling here at Woodside Road. Torquay United in their yellow shirts with the dark blue shorts and yellow sock, shooting from right to left as we look at it, and Woking Worthing in their traditional all red are the hosts. And Torquay United playing the ball straight out for a throw, but in sort of rugby style into the corner to try and just push Worthing back into their final third. Worthing, as Paul Watton has pointed out to us beforehand, one of the best passing teams in the league. It's been their brand, it's been their style ever since they arrived at this level, and have always been a threat with it. So going to tap in the receiving end of it as well. A throw there towards Louis Dennis from Thomas. On the right hand side is Dennis, looks to try and get a ball in towards the middle. It's intervened though by Worthing, a little nutmeg, and they're able to go and clear the ball away. Not too far though, it's bounced down just on the edge of the penalty area. Worthington knocks it forward into the feet of Louis Dennis, who breaks in, gets a shot right across the face of goal. Gonna go out for a throw on in the end, but a dangerous attack from Dennis.
Yeah, lively down the right hand side. Wasn't the most accurate shot he's going to hit tonight, I don't think, but yeah, we've got some possession and territory to start with, so very, very early, but a good start.
Will be the Worthing skipper Joe Colburn to take this throw, brought down by Coleman de Graft. They can steer it out towards the left hand side for Worthing. Here's Spong, hops back to Cox. Ransom gives it to his goalkeeper, the Southampton loanee Josh Jeffries. Coleman de Graft, little shove in the back by Falston, picked up there by Kieran Wilson, who's under the pressure, but as we know he likes to dribble with the ball. He's dispersed by Spong. Now Young can play it out towards George Cox on that left hand side. Dropping a little bit there was Moulton, and now Worthing on the left hand side taking on Palmer. Is it back to Spong? He can now move out towards Cox. He tries to send the ball, it's brought down. Flag remains down as well, out towards that goal line, but it's played back to Cox. He's trying to get onto his left foot, shimmies away from Morgan, gets a cross in low. Worthington's able to clear it away. He finds Louis Dennis, who can hold the ball up. Now with Worthington under the bit of pressure. John Thomas gets it away. Morgan back with Dennis. As the second ball's now entered onto the pitch on the near side. Worthington skips away from Young and moves down this right hand side for Torquay. He's got Sonny Bulow, Everton in the middle. He's also got Wilson. Can he get the cross in towards the middle? It's cleared away by Worthington. Now with Dennis on the edge of the area. He's dispossessed, and now the game's going to have to stop because two other balls have entered the pitch somehow.
Absolute carnage out there, Harry, isn't it? Yeah.
Only one ball's gone out though.
That was unfortunate. It was a good break from Torquay. I think it's going to be very important, fairly a basic thing to say, but I think it's going to be important for Torquay to try and keep the ball tonight, because if you give it away against this lot, you might be chasing shadows for a while, because they do keep it and they pass it very, very well. So we need to reciprocate that, really, if we can.
Ball returns back to the goalkeeper Josh Jeffries on the drop ball. Which will go, just brings it down, goes it short to Young. Ball played down right hand side. Here's Razak Coleman de Graft, intervened by Dreyer, trying to get away with the ball. Finds winner Sunderi. Plays a lovely cross looking there for Morgan. It's a great challenge from Cox, which some of the Yellow Army are not too pleased about. And the free kick has been given. Worthington with the foul onto Ramiro Moulton. And it will be a free kick for Worthing in the middle of the park. You can understand the Yellow Army's frustrations at that, but from our angle, which is the opposite side to where they are, I think the referee got that one right.
Not sure. I thought he might have caught the Torquay player there, but it didn't go our way. De Graaf looks a decent player here on the right. Harry, number 7.
Formerly of Averley and Maidstone. And skipping away here, Danny Jenks plays it out towards Moulton on the left hand side, trying to cut away from Jordan Thomas, who sticks in a foot. Is able to clear it away only as far though as Jenks. Back with Moulton, tries to play the back heel, but Jordan Thomas standing strong and standing firm. Ball goes up for a throw for Worthing, but they take it quickly. Ball back across towards Cook, who has scored in this fixture before for the hosts. Up to another man who's also got a goal against Torquay in the past, Colburn. Now with Colburn, De Graft back towards Cox though on the halfway line. Can field it towards Ransom, out towards George Cox, tries to chop in there. Beautiful passing play from Worthing. They get to the edge of the area, they're driving through, tries to chop it back. It's blocked there by Ed Palmer. Down goes Worthing and Bolton, the penalty area cleared away by Sunday Blulow Everton. Referee not interested in giving a penalty there, and I think the Worthing player sort of sold himself to going to ground before any contact was made. Now with Young. Back out to Cox, who can play back towards Ransom. When I do say Young, I do mean Jack Young. No Jordan Young in the squad. His swollen foot hasn't gone down since Saturday.
No, people who were closer to him than me against Maidenhead said there was an awful lot of blood involved there, and he was limping quite heavily at the end of the game, so it's no real surprise.
Fearing for the worst at the moment for Jordan Young?
Well, let's hope he's back soon, because he makes a big difference to this team.
Spong now finds Jack Young, driving over the halfway line, looks a feed for Razak Coleman de Graaf. Hammond comes off his line, he makes a challenge, but the flag goes up for offside as Worthing put the ball into the back of the net. Well, that won't count enough. It was close.
I think it would have been tight, wouldn't it? We haven't got a great view. We're just to the left of the halfway line, and it was down to the right. The linesman wasn't very prompt with the flag there, was he?
No. Here's Jordan Thomas, sends it up over the top on that right hand side for Morgan, trying to battle away, and Morgan skips past Ransom, taking on Cox onto the edge of the penalty area, tries to get a cross in, doesn't do so because it's been blocked by the Worthing man, and Torquay had the first corner of the afternoon. It's been end-to-end stuff so far.
Not a bad game at all, no. You can just probably pick up the away fans on the mic there, making a bit of noise, and this is a chance. Dreher's making his way into the box, as is Ed Palmer, so let's hope the delivery is good.
It's Munesh Sundari. It's not Sundari, is it? Sunny Blue Everton who's going to send in the corner. I couldn't see from how far away that is. Morgan plays it back out towards Sunny Blue Everton. He gets a cross in towards the middle. It's brought down. Chance down for Torquay. Dennis got the head onto it. Don't think he knew much about it as it's claimed by Jeffries. Cleared away. Brought down there by Jordan Thomas. Opening few moments of this game here at Woodside Lane. It's currently goalless. Worthing have had the ball in the back of the net, but Razak Coleman de Graft was caught offside as he went round. Goalkeeper James Hammond. It's been end-to-end stuff. Torquay United their best chance though coming from Louis Dennis. His shot across the face of goal did go up for a throw, but it was a really powerful shot, shall we say, from Louis Dennis. It's 5 minutes in, 0-0. Just a quick update for those listening into Luton versus Argyle in the EFL Trophy, that delayed game after the debacle of Luton versus Swindon, which I'm sure has been well documented by Ian Holloway's classic interviews.
I think you call it a rant, don't you?
I think that's the safest way to call it. We'll play it down the left-hand side by Worthing, but it'll be left by Ed Palmer to take all the way out for a goal kick. We'll keep it today as well. The scores up and down the National League South. Horsham 1, Ebbsfleet United 0 and Maidstone United 1, Enfield Town 0 are the latest scores. Last night Chelmsford City, they won by a 1-0. Late goal from Kane Critchlow deciding the 3 points between them and Hemel Hempstead Town. And Wednesday night Farnborough, they host, get up just now, they host Chippenham Town. A big game towards the bottom of the table, but here at the top of the table Worthing, who will look to go above Torquay with the win today, but Torquay wanting to close that gap on league leaders Dorking. As Cook plays it back to Jeffries, who slices that close as the goalkeeper, and Torquay United have won themselves a throw.
Interested to see what's happened with Torquay wingers this evening, because we've got Kieran Wilson operating down the left and Morgan on the right. We've often seen it the other way around. Fans who watched Torquay at Chelmsford, of course, before Christmas will remember that absolute worldie from the young Scotsman.
Palmer finds Jordan Thomas, who remains on side, plays it to Sunny Blue Everton, tries to knock it back. He couldn't really get his feet away for the shot. Irving trying to break away, and Ed Palmer wins the ball back. No foul despite the protestations from those who want Worthing to win this evening. Colburn plays it back in the middle, it's one back by Dennis. He tries to poke it through in towards Wilson. Colburn then goes down under the pressure from Kieran Wilson, and that's a free kick. And a little bit of the players getting their feet stuck in the turf here. The ball just seems to go a bit further than they think.
Yeah, I think this time of year though, the ball is running quite well. I think this is one of the better AstroTurfs in my opinion here. It's quite conducive to a good passing game, really.
Probably designed that way for Worthing, isn't it? Here is Ransom. Plays the ball over the top. Dreyer gets there in front of his man, who then clatters into him. Referee not interested in giving a free kick, but I'm sure maybe one or two words of caution towards the United captain. Ball brought down by Mona Sundari. He's got Wilson on the overlap on this left hand side. Gets into the penalty area, looking to get on towards his right foot as Wilson. Dispossessed though by the Worthing man. It's picked up though by Torquay. Here's Sundari. Plays it back out towards Wilson under the pressure from Joel Colburn. He tries to play it back towards Fulston, but is intervened by Razak Coleman de Graft, and it goes out for a throw for Torquay. Fulston will play it back to Worthington. Here's Dreyer. Sends it back to his goalkeeper James Hammond.
Sammy Dreyer, of course, sent off here last year. People at the time thought he was unlucky, and it was one of those rare red cards that got rescinded.
But then I think, ironically, he missed the next game due to illness. The game he was available for.
I think you're right. I think you're spot on with that, yeah.
Ball sent long by James Hammond, and so long it's gone straight to the other goalkeeper, Josh Jeffries. Dreyer, who tonight is making his 49th straight consecutive start for Torquay.
It's a good effort
towards the middle. Thomas, Dennis flicks it on. Sonny Blue Everton looking to try and get away from Cook, being forced out though. Takes a shot on the edge of the area, but low and wide. And well, did it take a touch? It did. It goes out for a corner.
Yeah, that was bright. I thought for a minute Sonny Lowe was going to go past him, but he just sort of didn't quite have the searing pace that would have been needed there. But he's gone across to the left-hand side to take this corner. Of course, he scored, or very nearly scored, but one on Saturday. I don't know whether they may have given it as an own goal, but whipped one in with the wind at Eastbourne. Two arms in the air. It'll be the signal.
Then it comes, it's in deep, looking there for Dreyer. It's turned away, brought down to Worthington, who's a bouncing shot. Cleared away though by Worthing, from Worthington's shot. Easy for me to say. Goes out for a throw for Torquay as the Worthing man up that far side. Ramiro Moulton battles away with Worthington. And it takes a touch off the man on loan from Watford.
Yeah, good work that from Worthington, because that would have been a break if he hadn't won that ball there.
Palmer then sends it back to his goalkeeper James Hammond. Dreyer, nearly dispossessed, keeps a hold of the ball. Wilson plays it to Sonny Blue Everton, who's on the overlap and gets away from Joel Colburn. And Torquay United looking good on the counter attack, just need to get in those final passes. Here's Wilson calling for it. Out on the right hand side is Dylan Morgan. He finds him. Morgan takes him out, gets a shot away with his right foot, cleared away though by Worthing. It was Cook who put his body in the way. I think Jeffries wasn't going to get to it, but thankfully for a Worthing perspective, Jack Cook was there though. United have their tails up. Here's Thomas. He gets across in towards the middle. It's all the way through, and as that Coleman de Graaf can pick up the pieces for Worthing, and he'll just leave that one for a throw, 0-0.
I don't want to speak too soon, but it's got the makings of a classic, this, I think. There's a lot of good football being played, and Worthing will give you time. And Low Everton in particular is looking very, very sharp at the minute. A couple of flicks, making intelligent runs. It's been a good start for Torquay, and obviously they needed it after Saturday.
Worthington tries to turn away. His ankles were taken away from him by Jack Spong. I don't actually have the name for the referee this evening, but making the challenge, and Torquay United had a free kick in a position on the left-hand side, about 35 yards out or so. One, I would say that Torquay United will want to try and send into the box.
Absolutely. Palmer again going up. So yeah, get it in the mixer, as my old mate Sammy Swan would say.
Just a one-man wall of George Cox for this one. I think wanting all those who are on the edge of the penalty area to try and clear this one away. And it comes from Sonny Blue Everton towards the back stick. Wilson tries to play it back across. Desiree is there, but he's managed to flick it over the goalkeeper. And Worthing are able to go and get the ball away. Managed to take the ball away from goal. Worthing have cleared away, but it's only as far as Fulston inside the Torquay United half as Worthington there in support. Sends it back to his goalkeeper Hammond on the pressure from Coleman de Graft. Worthington looks up. Thomas is making that run, and the right hand side, it's going to go straight all the way to Jeffreys, but I think Thomas was a tad offside.
Yeah, he went a bit early, and the ball was a dreadful one, wasn't it? It went straight down the middle, and it needed to go down the right. But Worthington back in possession now.
Here's Cook, finds Colburn, sends it back to his goalkeeper Jeffreys, who clears it away. Header up by Fulston, brought down by Sonny Blue Everton. Here's Sunderi, trying to get away, turns it in the middle towards Sonny Blue Everton, out towards the right hand side for Dylan Morgan, taking on George Cox, on towards right foot. Morgan with a drive, pushed away by Jeffreys, and Young can go and clear it away for Worthing and possibly set up a counter attack here. Palmer looks to come across it towards the Worthing man who's breaking down the left hand side. Palmer, well, he may not have the sprinting ability, but he's got the intelligence and the composure to win the ball back. It's cleared away, and as far as those Ramiro and Moulton.
He was quick enough there, wasn't he? He did well.
Got there from Jordan Thomas, then gets fouled. Oh no, he doesn't get fouled, he concedes a throw in front of the Yellow Army. And when I do get a chance, what I have done so far is actually run for the two teams, and we played 16 minutes, 0-0. It's Hammond in goal for Torquay, Thomas, Palmer, Dre and Fulson in defence, and Deary, Worthington and Sonny Blue Everton in the midfield, with Wilson, Dennis and Morgan the front three as the cross tries to come in. It's handballs appeals there against Dylan Morgan. Worthing are able to go and clear their lines. The bench today of Seedhouse, Evans, Cook, Fish, Hayfield and Matt J. Worthing, they name an unchanged side from the side which beat Slough by 4-1. Jeffreys in goal, Colburn, Ransom, Cook and Cox in defence. Young, Spong and Jenks in midfield, with Coleman de Graft, Dollahan and Moulton the front three. A bench of Taylor, Seymour, Jackson, Martin, Nkrumah, Remy, Byron and Godziemski.
I think they've got more options on the bench than us tonight, aren't we? We are a little bit short. Two centre forwards who could possibly be brought on later on. It would be nice to see Cody Cook get on the score sheet again, and of course if Sonny Fish does so, that will be his first goal for the club.
Had a long spell at Folkestone, Victor, who got some games in but wasn't able to get a goal, and those for the Isthmian League leaders. Cox tries to play it in towards the middle, it's intercepted there by Jordan Thomas, and Worthington can steer out towards Wilson. Sunderi turns in the middle to find Sonny Blue Everton. That's brilliant from Torquay, and Wilson was making that run down the left hand side. Sonny Blue Everton's wanting Wilson to come a bit shorter because he's just straying offside. Here's Worthington, he plays it back there to Sam Dreyer. Torquay can just retain their shape again. Back across towards Dre, who has the captain's armband. Interestingly here, Fulston's gone all the way forward, Worthington sitting back. Torquay just in a back three whilst on the ball. Here's Sunderi, plays it back out towards Worthington. He looks up. He's looking for Jordan Thomas, trying to find the space in this Worthing defence. Morgan tries to get it back towards Thomas, and well, Morgan sold Thomas there. And the foul onto Ramiro Moulton. Referee's not interested in giving a yellow card or anything there, but Dylan Morgan selling Jordan Thomas short.
Yes, indeed. You've certainly seen them given, but well done, referee. Always best if you can keep your cards in the pocket, really, early on.
Goal in the Southern League Premier, Plymouth Parkway leading 1-0 away at Hanwell Town. Was that Coleman de Graft looking, trying to get away from Fulston. Plays it back towards Colburn. Cook plays it forward, looking there for Dollahan. Gets away from Muna Sunderi. And now they can break away Moulton, who's got away from Jordan Thomas. On towards the edge, plays it back across there. Chance now for Worthing. Can they get the shots away? They can, but it's blocked by Ed Palmer. Coming over to recover. It's a nice chance for Teddy Jenks, and Worthing have a corner.
Yeah, absolutely wide open there, but a good recovery from Palmer. I think it's Worthing's first corner of the game, so time for the lads at the back to switch on. Really has been entertaining stuff so far, though.
Talking about being a little bit aggrieved as the ball did go in the back of the net there when Moulton flattened Jordan Thomas, which led that Torquay were down a number defending then, but Ed Palmer doing what Ed Palmer does. Opportunity for Worthing from this corner. Nearly everybody's waiting in the 6-yard box for this one. In the red and yellow shirts. Corner comes in. And it goes all the way out for a goal kick. It was close, and John Thomas was thrown down to the ground. Second time in a minute he's seen the rubber pellets a bit too closer to his face than he would probably want to see him.
Yeah, he's sitting up, taking his time, but back to his feet now, and jogging actually with the referee back upfield. Referee inquired after his welfare, and it seems that all is well.
Dover Athletic 1, Hornchurch 0, Horsham 1, Ebbsfleet 0. I've said that last line already. Apologies if I did. Hammond now finds Munesh Sundari. Plays across towards the United captain Dreyer. Dennis drops in, sends it over the top looking for Wilson. Gets there in front of Colburn but gets away from him as Ransom plays it back towards Jeffries. He sends the ball forward. Intervened though by Morgan. Flicks it over Cox in the penalty area. Taking on Cox. Got a shot on it. It's deflected. It's hooked away though. It was Joel Colburn who got there in front of his goalkeeper and hooks it away for a Torquay corner.
Did well there, didn't he? At full stretch. It was a dangerous effort that. And another corner down the right for Torquay.
Maidstone United 2, Enfield 0 at the Gallagher Stadium. It's going to be another corner. Outswinger from Sonny Bulow. Everton looking there for Dennis! But his header just goes wide.
He could have possibly done better there, really. It was a bit too glancing, wasn't it? Probably quite a long way wide of the far post. But decent signs, I think. This is a greatly improved performance so far from Torquay. You have to give them credit. Both sides are inclined to take the very short goal kicks across the 6-yard box, but as I say that, the keeper launches it.
Dreyer knocks it back up, header down from Jack Young. Now Jenks tries to play through Razak Common de Graft, and Folston's got a full chunk of his shirt, and the referee is giving the free kick in Torquay's favour. Well, by the looks of it, by the looks of Jay Folston's shirt, is that Razak Common de Graft wanted a whole lot of the shirt. They can wait until 9:45 to exchange shirts if they wanted to, but
I think Coleman de Graaf has got the red Under Armour on underneath, and you could see that very clearly because Folston nearly had the shirt off his back, and how Torquay have got free kick there, I don't understand.
Ball back to James Hammond in the all black and luminous green trim. Just waiting for Worthing to push up before he sends the ball forward. Looking there for Morgan. Battling away with George Cox. Both going up for it, both missing it. It goes out for a throw out on the far side, which the Worthing native Cox will go and take. Had a spell out in the Eredivisie during COVID with Fortuna Sittard and FC Volendam. Before returning to the UK with his hometown. Forward it goes from Cox. Brought down by Dennis. Morgan tries to get there. It's Young who comes in and just boots the ball into the stand opposite us. And the Worthing fans behind the home dugout will want to throw him, but they're not going to get it. It's going to be Thomas to take. Ball brought down to Munesh Sundari. Thomas. Back to Sundari. Out towards Morgan, chops back in towards the middle. Thomas scrapping away. Worthing, though, get the final touch. It goes out for a throw. There's an equaliser at Crabble. Dover 1, Hornchurch 1. Here at Woodside Road. 24 minutes gone on the clock. Worthing 0, Torquay United 0. Ball sent forward though by Thomas. Looking there for Sunday Blue Everton, but a bit too much in that one. They go straight out for a goal kick, 0-0.
Yeah, Hornchurch have been forgotten about a little bit in this title race, haven't they? I think they've got a game in hand, and they probably, I think, could close to 3 or 4 points. I think of the leaders if they can win that one. I think they're decent. They've got Balanta, obviously, has been a fine player for a number of years, and I don't think they're done yet.
Ball back towards James Hammond. Header up there by Colburn. Brought down by Dollahan, looking for the run there on the right hand side of Coleman de Graft, who gets in towards the penalty area. Chops back on towards the left foot, plays in the middle. Thomas manages to deflect it away from the Worthing man to put him off his shot. Still back in the possession though of the Rebels. Here's Cox. Feeds it through to Spong. Trying to get away from Palmer. Back to Cox. Turns it in towards the middle. Jenks urged to shoot, plays a low shot, falls into Razak Coleman de Graft, who can send that ball hitting the vehicles on the road behind that stand. It goes out for a goal kick.
I'm not too sure of the geography of this, but that might have ended up in the sea. I think that went a long way high.
Ball out towards Palmer. He sends it over the top down the right hand side, but again, when you're playing a long ball on this pitch, as we've spoken about, it's a quick artificial surface, and for a man who plays golf, I thought he might have a bit of better backspin on him. Forward it goes, down the left-hand side for Worthing. Palmer gets there before Ramiro and Moulton. Brought down by Dennis, tried to chap it in towards Morgan, but it's picked up there by Harry Ransom, who sends it back to his goalkeeper. Now with Cox. Cook. Spong dropping back into the defensive line. Houston still leading against Argyle in the EFL Trophy. Ball picked up by Thomas. Looks to feed it through into Louis Dennis. Trying to get some space. Goes through, goes down. But the referee says no penalty in that occasion. And I would say, unlike the Maidenhead penalty.
He wasn't looking for it, Harry. He fell over and he got straight back up.
Well, I think the point I was going to make is the ball did escape him.
By quite a long way, yeah. Brilliant from Thomas, though. Nipped in and won the ball, fed it through. That was really bright from the right back.
Here's Thomas with a throw down the right-hand side. And, well, the first time I've seen this where the referee has decided to hand over the throw to Worthing because Thomas went too far forward.
Yeah, well, it's in the rules.
Oh, no. It's back to Torquay. He's saying it's a Torquay throw.
So the referee was gesturing very firmly with his right hand, wasn't he? It looked as though he'd reversed the decision, but in fact he was just forcefully telling him to get back up the touchline.
And we know it is a common thing that a throw-on can be taken. The ball can exit one half the field, the throw-on can be taken in the other half on some occasions. And not saying that Jordan Thomas did there, but he did gain a considerable few yards.
Very rarely see a fullback go backwards down the line here. It's they're all trying to pinch a few yards.
Goal at Priory Lane, Eastbourne Borough 0, Dorking Wanderers 1.
I mean, that's not a massive shock, let's be honest. Eastbourne, as I say, great performance from them on Saturday, but you'd be surprised if Dorking don't come away with the points there, really.
Well, we know Eastbourne can beat promotion chasers.
Certainly, you wouldn't want to be listening to me for predictions. Probably, I was with somebody the other night who had a very large accumulator come in, but no, it's not my Australia, that.
Cook with a throwback towards Ransom and finds his goalkeeper Jeffries. Ball back across though to Ransom, looking for options. Looking to send it over the top towards Dollahan. Samdrea though will get there first to try and shield out for a throw in, and I think maybe a free kick's been given. We've to give a bit of context to our commentary position. We are in the main stand, but where the steps and the barriers are, it does impede the touchline on the near side and into the area of uncertainty for the commentator that was made. Ball forward by Hammond, brought down there by Cox. Looks to play it out towards the left hand side with Moulton. Back to Young is Cook. Back out on the walls of the left hand side. Putting the pressure on. Concedes a throw in the process. Game seems to have gone down gear or two in the last 5 minutes or so. Doesn't mean though that it's lacking the quality at the moment. Here's Colburn. Sends it over the top, looking for Coleman de Graaf. Palmer gets there first, can knock it down towards Falston. He clears it away. First header won by Ransom. Morgan tries to bring it down on the second. It's hooked away there by Ransom. Moulton battling away with Thomas. It's won by Mina Sundari, and Thomas can play it out towards the right hand side for Louis Dennis to move United down the right hand side. Plays it into Sonny Blulow Everton, who looks to turn away from Young. Chops back on towards his right foot. Now with Thomas, tries to feed it through, but Dennis wasn't there. Sundari was pushed down to the ground.
Yeah, he may have been impeded slightly, went down, but the ball was always going out for a goal kick there. I think it was overhit. Yeah, you're right. It's calmed down a little bit, hasn't it? But we're about half an hour in, and as I say, it's been a really entertaining watch so far.
Well, entertainment for goals. Gallagher Stadium, Maidstone United 3, Enfield Town 0. Ball played towards Colburn down the right hand side, looking for Coleman de Graaf, who can play it back into Colburn. Plays it back out towards the right hand side. Coleman de Graaf taking on Fulston. Onto the right foot, gets the cross in. Turned away by Dreyer. Brought down by Young. Back to Coleman de Graaf. On towards his left foot, gets the ball in towards the middle. Palmer. Well, it was Hammond there to push it away. Scrambling forward as well. Ball cleared forward. But the powerful header of Harry Ransom goes straight into the hands of James Hammond in the United goal, who's just waiting for Dreyer to be an option closer to him.
Yeah, it was a dangerous ball. I think Jay Fulston's got his hands full tonight with Coleman de Graaf. It's been a good battle so far, but the Worthing winger may be just ahead on points.
Sonny Blulow Everton trying to move down that left hand side. Challenges from both Cook and Young. Throw on by Fulston, play back towards Sam Dreyer. Ball across to Palmer, gets away from Dollahan. The top looking for Morgan, cleared away by Ransom. That will go out for a throw. There's just not. There's one negative to Torquay's game so far, is that these balls trying to cut through the defence are being overhit.
Yeah, a little bit. Sundari showing for Thomas, but he's ignored. Gets it back.
Sends it over the top.
The line. Carry on, Harry.
Blulow Everton battling away in that corner. Ball cleared away and it goes out for a throw. Took a touch of the Torquay man last. Opportunity. Worthing just to get themselves back on the ball again.
Yeah, down in the far corner, down their left. It's thrown back to the keeper, who takes a touch.
Jeffries cross to Cook, plays it back to Jeffries again. Sent down the left hand side. Flicked on by Dollahan. Here's Moulton, leaves it for Jenks, plays it across to Colburn, the Worthing captain, taking on Kieran Wilson on this near side, plays it in the middle to Moulton. Beats Coleman de Graaf, falls in towards Dollahan, who tries to get the shot away. Across the face of goal.
He was cute there, he used his body well. Ended up stabbing it. It wasn't travelling very fast, and it was wide of James Hammond's right hand post. But you can see that was a goal scorer right there. I think you can see why he's been successful. Quite a low centre of gravity.
20 so far was given away by James Hammond's opportunity here, and Worthing do take the lead. Gifted by the keeper.
Yeah, flashbacks to Eastbourne's fourth. Hammond's being picked up by his teammates. He's being reassured. Obviously, what he needs to do now is put that behind him and get on with it. But that is a dreadful error again. He's just side-footed the ball out. The Worthing striker has picked it up in the D and slotted it past him. It's the easiest thing in the world. And what a goal to concede again.
Brad Dollahan, 21 for the season. May not be scoring an easier one.
No, he won't. He won't. That was put on a plate, I'm afraid. So we're here at Woodside Lane. There's 10 minutes to go now to half-time, and you need to give a reaction here. They've played fine tonight. It's been all right, but that is a disastrous goal.
Good news.
Always.
Dover 2, Hornchurch 1.
Great
All over the
stuff.
top by Hammond. Header up there from Cox. But it goes out for a throw. Torquay United need to react in a game where you talk about things being done on points with Coleman de Graft versus Fulston. You'd say that Torquay on points would be edging it so far, but...
Well, that could be a knockout blow, though, couldn't it? I mean, honestly, you cannot give teams of this standard a start like that. It's clearly, nobody's ever going to do that deliberately, but that is such a bad goal to give away.
The referee was just talking to a member of the Worthing coaching crew there. And despite the referee finishing off the conversation, the member of the coaching staff was still having a go at the fourth official, should I say. Ball turned in. Here's Sonny Bulow. He can pick it up. Flicked on by Morgan. And it's not there, and it's straight into the hands of his goalkeeper Jeffries.
See, I'm old to remember a time when there was no such thing as a fourth official, and I think sometimes they're just a focus for everyone to scream at, and really you could get anybody to hold a board up and say how much injury time there is and what the subs are going to be, and I often struggle to think what the purpose of a fourth official is, really.
I believe at times it might be a point of contact if they can't speak to the referee during play, but...
Sorry, I'm a dinosaur, as you know, Harry, but they probably went 100 years without having them, didn't they?
To be fair, talking in the 18-19 season in the National League South, there were no fourth officials there. I think it was Russell Cleave at the time who was doing a substitution for Torquay. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Worthington plays it out towards Morgan. That's a great ball, but touch has let him down, and Spong tries to play in the balls in the middle. It's Worthington. Now finds Morgan. Plays it in towards Sonny Blulow. Everton in the penalty area, twisting away. Plays it across looking for Dennis. It's cleared away. Brought down though by Munash Sunderi. He tries to poke it over the top. Colburn ducks, and he's left it in there for Kieran Wilson to try and keep it in play. Colburn with the final touch, and it goes out for a corner. And well, Colburn, who's always been a player who's impressed me, it's a little bit shaky.
Yeah, I'd say Torquay's still a threat, really. Low Everton just couldn't quite sort himself out, could he? He had to sort of spin to get onto the ball, and that took a little bit of momentum out. But as you say, Harry, it's a corner, it's another opportunity.
Sonny Blulow, Everton to send this one in. Is it deep? Oh, it's nearly fell to the head of Jay Fulston, who's tried to battle away to try and get to the ball. It will, has the ball gone out playing it because it hit the corner flag, but Fulston will appeal that he should have done something there.
The two of them were grappling, weren't they? It was probably 6 of one, half dozen of the other on the right hand side of the Worthing box, and Fulston's now running back to take up his normal station on the left. And Worthing obviously are in no great hurry to take this throw in.
This result, as things stand, would put the Rebels above the Gulls. Maidenhead 0, Salisbury 1.
Yeah, I don't think people can believe the run that Worthing went on, could they? Their win on Saturday was their first of the year, which is quite extraordinary given the amount of talent in this team.
Ball played over the top, it's ball back out, and it's Cox who clears it away, not conventionally though. Battled away, but out for a throw for Torquay. Thomas to take. Sunderi's calling for the short option. I think Thomas wants them to push away a little bit. Actually, he wants Munash Sunderi to take the throw because you know why? He's got a long throw in him. And in that position, you might want to send Ed Palmer into the penalty area, which Torquay United are doing.
Yeah, we first saw that long throw together, didn't we, at Dover? Here it comes.
Here it comes from Munash Sunderi. Try to be flicked on by Palmer. Ball bouncing around. It's cleared away by Worthing.
We gave that the big build-up. It wasn't anything special, was it?
No. Ball back to James Hammond, which obviously the locals are going to get on his back for this one. He's able to clear it away, but brought down by Razak Coleman de Graft. Now with the goal scorer Dollahan. Finds Coleman de Graft. Picked up by Sonny Blulow, Everton, and Jenks looks to try and feed it through, but a foul against Low Everton. It will be a free kick. For those who spoke a lot about his Nike Mercurials or Sonny Blulow, Everton, he's opted for Adidas this evening.
Okay, good.
If that means anything to anybody.
I'm not a boot expert. There's a long list of stuff I'm not an expert on, Harry, and boots is certainly on that. It's going to be Hammond weighing up his options.
Sends it long, looking for the battling of Dennis, who leaves it for the overlapping run. Crossing from Morgan, forces on Davis, tries to hook it up. That's blocked by Worthing, and they're able to launch the ball forward. Adam Hinshelwood's side, and Dreyer under a little bit of pressure from Dolhan, plays it back to Hammond, who cushions it down towards Ed Palmer. Dolhan still doing all the running to put the pressure on Torquay as it's cleared away by Palmer. Brought down and sent over the top by Cox. Palmer, he knocks it back up. Ball's returned to Palmer, and he does the same thing, this time further away. There from Cook out towards Coleman de Graft, who's under the pressure from Kieran Wilson. And back towards Jeffries, and one thing you can't say against Torquay is they haven't put the running in. Let's try and put the pressure on Worthing.
Quite right.
At the moment, a mistake from James Hammond, gifting the ball to Brad Dollahan, splitting the two sides. Here comes Cox down the left-hand side, twisting turnover from Palmer, gets a cross in. Again across the face of goal and straight out for a goal kick. 1-0 it remains.
Yeah, it was one of those. It worries the keeper, but it was actually too close. There was no chance of Worthing getting on the end of that one. And we're going to see what sort of goal kick they can devise here.
Well, it's the goal kick where the centre half takes it. Here's Dreyer, sends it forward. Brought down by Colburn, finds Coleman de Graft. Young. Dolhan tries to send away from Dreyer, then brings down Dreyer in the process, and Worthing will come away with the ball with Razak Coleman de Graft. Plays it out towards Hutton. Moulton on the left hand side, feeds it through towards Dolhan! Back wide of the far post.
Well, that was nearly a very, very worrying 5 seconds, because as that break is going on and the ball's flashing across the post, Sam Dreyer is lying on his back in agony halfway in his own half. He's rolling around, he's conscious, which is good, and the physio is going to come on and have a look. Doesn't look in a good way.
No, he doesn't.
Slightly obscured by some sort of railings here. He's looks like a left leg issue of some sort.
We'll be back on.
Would be something of a blow if the skipper was to need to go off here. In fact, I'm not entirely sure. Would Dan Hayfield come on and do a job there?
Potentially see Worthington drop back in.
Yeah, it's feasible, isn't it?
It needs to happen, but it's his left ankle. Of things. Vegan Miles joining him.
He's in a lot of pain there, I think. He's just sat up. The players have gone across for a pre-half-time water break, but that's broken up fairly quickly, and Torquay players are sort of ambling across towards their skipper.
Just a reminder, on Saturday, Torquay versus Chelmsford will be live on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Do tune in to that one if you're not at home at Playmore on Saturday. Here on Tuesday night sport, Torquay trailed by the goal to nil from Brad Dollahan. Gifted the ball from James. At the scores in the National League South, AFC Totton 1, Slough Town 0, Bath City 0, Western Supermare 0, Cheshire United 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Dover Athletic 2, Hornchurch 1, Eastbourne Borough 0, Dorking Wanderers 1, Horsham 1, Ebbsfleet United 0, Maidenhead United 0, Salisbury 1, Mason United 3, Enfield 0, Tunbridge Angels 1, Hampton and Richmond Borough 0. Other football involving our Devonian sides this season, EFL Trophy, you can catch that one as well on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Luton Town leading Argyle by a goal to 0, and down in the Southern League Premier South, well, I think Leith Parkway have got themselves a second goal. They lead 2-0 away at Hanwell Town. The ball is back in action, and Sam Dreyer is back on the field as Dylan Morgan now comes away with the ball, tries to play it towards Sonny Blue Everton, picked up by Muna Sanderi, out towards Kieran Wilson on the left hand side. He's got Falston bursting along on the overlap. Now back to Muna Sanderi, who can now find Falston, plays in the middle towards Kieran Wilson. He takes on his man, tries to get away, but he's dispossessed there by Jack Young, who can play it to Razak Coleman de Graft, and he can send it forward, but that ball will go all the way towards James Hammond, who's left by Ed Palmer to dummy it towards his keeper. Ball brought down by Muna Sanderi, plays back out towards Falston. Wilson
Been watching Sam Dreyer. He's not moving completely freely. I think there's obviously a case that he's going to try and run this one off. He's clearly going to want to get to half time. That'll be helpful, I think, for Torquay at this point.
Well, he indicated to Jay Fulston, don't throw the ball back to me. He's given the thumbs up though to the bench. Again, it might be one of those, as you say, Clive, assess at a half time and see what decision to be made, but there is no recognised centre half on the bench for Torquay. Wilson finds Munas Sanderi. Back to Wilson, who's kept the ball in play, battling away against both Cook and Colburn. Gets across in the middle, nearly falls to Dennis, but it's turned out for a corner by Worthing.
Yeah, that's cleared the ground as well. Probably came through the branches of a tree down onto the road, and it's a chance for Torquay. We've had probably half a dozen corners this half. We've looked reasonably dangerous, and what a time to score this would be.
Dylan Morgan's come shorter than he has done for these, but again, you fancy Sonny Blue-Leverton to send this one in. Don't listen to me, he's played it short. Back to Sonny Blue-Leverton, who's making that run. Tries to get the crossing, but it's evaded everybody. Fulston looks to try and keep this one in play, but as he tries to do so, he's actually flagged up for offside, as I think it was 2 minutes was it added on just
Only
then?
2, I'm surprised at that. I would have thought the Dreyer injury alone was more than that, but obviously the referee's the timekeeper, so let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Brad Dollahan goal at the moment, splitting the sides. That will be giving Worthing the lead going into break. Free kick from Jeffries on the offside against Fulston. Plays it forward for the Rebels. And he's picked out Paul Watton. Goes straight out for a throw, which Jordan Thomas will look to try and take quickly. Fourth official just indicating to Thomas that you need to take your throw inside your own half. That's where the ball apparently left the field of play.
If they take any more time over it, we'll have the half-time whistle, I think.
Palmer, who's also got a long throw, goes into the Worthing half to send it. One bounce before Worthing players heads the ball, hooked back in by Sonny Blue-Leverton, cleared away by Spong. Ball back over the top by Dreyer. Brought down by Cook. Sanderi tries to turn it in towards the middle, and well, as that common, Dreyer tries to get it away from Fulston. Handball appeals against the United number 3, but shot ignored by the referee. But Torquay have given the ball away to Spong. Back out towards the left-hand side. Spong again. Twists in the middle. Turns it back to Cox, who can find his goalkeeper Jeffries. Sends it forward. Thomas battling away with Malden. Shove the back there from Palmer, and it goes out for a throw for Worthing in front of the host's bench. What do you think? Need to see more from Torquay in the second half, because I don't think the scoreline reflects the game so far, as the referee blows his half-time whistle. That Brad Dollahan goal gifted by James Hammond to give Worthing a 1-0 lead, but in a game where if it came in at 0-0 you wouldn't be complaining.
No, Torquay have done fine for the most part, really. They've looked quite lively going forward at times. I thought Morgan was very good for the first 20 minutes, probably not done a lot since that. But you know, there's I don't think you'd say they're dead and buried, and they really have to regroup at half-time. Whether there's much on the bench that can influence the game later on, I'm not sure. Maybe Matt J can come on and weave a little bit of magic. But yeah, I think we're going to hand back to the studio, really. Harry, are we?
I believe we are. Well, half-time here at Woodside Road. It is Worthing who lead by the goal to 0. A poor pass from James Hammond, gifting it to Worthing's goal scorer Brad Dollahan, who then fed the ball through the legs of the Torquay United goalkeeper. Torquay, though, have had their chances, mainly falling to Louis Dennis. He had that powerful shot in the opening stages, go across the face of goal, and then the opportunity, a glancing header from a Sonny Blue-Leverton Everton corner, which went wide. But at the break here in West Sussex, it's Worthing 1, Torquay 0.
Because of you, good things happen. Because of you, Devon is a better place.
Real love and compassion for the community.
You inspire, you lift others up.
What they do for each other is phenomenal.
You and the people just like you are the spark that makes a difference.
To nominate a local hero for a Make a Difference award, go to bbc.co.uk/Make a Difference, where you'll find a list of categories, full terms and our privacy notice. Nominations close on the 31st of March at 5 p.m.
Make a difference. We can make a difference.
BBC Radio Devon.
Yeah, really important that you get involved as well for our Make a Difference Awards for 2026. Your chance to say thank you and to recognise those who improve lives across this beautiful county of Devon. Now, to nominate a local hero for the Make a Difference Award, go to bbc.co.uk/make a difference. You'll find a list of categories there, full terms and our privacy notice as well. You've got to be quick, though, because nominations close on the 31st of March, so you've just got over a month to get your nominations in for the Make a Difference Awards for 2026 here on BBC Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport.
With James Vickery.
All right, let's just get an update then on what's going on elsewhere, because it's Worthing 1, Torquay United 0 at the break. Not the scoreline that we were hoping for at half-time here on BBC Radio Devon. Plymouth Argyle away then against Luton in the EFL Trophy quarter-finals. Let's get an update on this one from Michael McCann.
Still 1-0 to Luton Town here. Isaiah Jones' goal in the 16th minute, the difference. Plymouth Argyle have gone a little more direct in the last 15 minutes of the game and have offered a slightly increased amount of attacking threat thanks to that. Tegan Finn has come on in place of Matty Sorinola as Tom Cleverley's side chase something, but in truth right now it is Luton who are still deservedly in front in a game where there's been very few clear-cut chances at either end of the pitch. 74 minutes gone, still Luton Town 1, Plymouth Argyle 0.
Thank you very much to Michael McCann, and that match continues on BBC Radio Devon on 95.7 FM in Plymouth and West Devon, and also across the county for you on DAB Digital Radio.
Your husband is coming.
Ray and Where Is My Husband here on BBC Radio Devon. We're at half-time this evening in the National League South encounter. Torquay United away against Worthing. It's Worthing 1, Torquay United 0. Let me just run down latest scores for you from across the country. In the Champions League knockout stage playoffs, it is Newcastle United 2, Qarabag 0. That's aggregate 8-1 there. To the Magpies at St James Park. In the Championship, Blackburn Rovers 1, Bristol City 2, Hull City 2, Derby County 2, Middlesbrough 1, Leicester City 1. These are half times for you now. Swansea City 0, Preston North End 1, Watford 0, Ipswich 1, West Brom 1, Charlton 0, Wrexham 2, Portsmouth 0, Southampton 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1. 41 minutes on the clock there. Bradford City 1, Rotherham 0, half time in League 1. Burton against Stockport is goalless, and Port Vale have a key goal away against Northampton Town. Northampton 0, Port Vale 1 in League 1. League 2, goalless between Accrington Stanley and Barnet. Salford 1, Shrewsbury 0. And in National League South, I can tell you, AFC Tottenham 1, Slough 0. Bath City 0, Weston-super-Mare 0. No goals between Chesham and Dagenham. Dover 2, Hornchurch 1. Eastbourne 0, Dorking 1. Horsham 1, Ebbsfleet 0. Maidenhead 1, Salisbury 1. Maidstone 4, Enfield 0. Tonbridge Angels 1, Hampton and Richmond 0. Worthing 1, Torquay 0. To the football, the EFL Trophy we go. There's been a significant goal at Kenilworth Road. Luton Town, Plymouth Argyle, Michael McCann.
Huge goal here at Kenilworth Road. Big mix-up from Luton at the back, and it was the closing down of Ronan Curtis on the goalkeeper James Shea that led to Shea playing the ball straight to Argyle's youngster Tegan Finn, who 25 yards out instinctively knew that Shea was a long way out from his goal, and just calm as you like rolled the ball first time into the empty net from the side of his left foot and ran to the away end to enjoy the moment with the Argyle fans who were behind that goal and could not believe their luck. In a night where Argyle have barely threatened going forward, they suddenly had an equaliser. We're now not far from a penalty shootout, but Luton might be about to score right now. Well, Isaiah Jones, the goal scorer, at the back post from Shaden Morris's cross, can only blaze the ball with the side of his left foot over the bar. Not quite as accurate with the side of his left foot as Tegan Finn was about 4 minutes or so ago, which means as we cross into the 81st minute, a penalty shootout is suddenly looming over this game. Remember, no extra time is played in the quarter-finals. Luton 1, Argyle 1.
Thank you, Michael. Coverage continues. Sounds dramatic finale to that match. DAB Digital Radio across the county and in Plymouth and West Devon on 95.7 FM. Argyle, if they win it tonight, they are just one game away from Wembley. If they get over the line this evening. Still a long way to go. BBC Radio Devon will be back on the south coast soon for the second half of Torquay United away against Worthing, and it's coming at you next.
Yet what a start, oh, before their time.
BBC Radio Devon with the Bluebells and Young at Heart. Half time then. It is Worthing 1, Torquay United 0.
Torquay United in their yellow shirts with the dark blue shorts and yellow sock, shooting from right to left as we look at it, and Worthing in their traditional all red are the hosts. And Torquay United playing the ball straight out for a throw, but in sort of rugby style into the corner. Just on the edge of the penalty area, Worthington knocks it forward into the feet of Louis Dennis, who breaks in, gets a shot away across the face of goal. Gonna go out for a throw-on in the end, but a dangerous attack from Dennis. How far away that is. Morgan plays it back out towards Sonny Bulow Everton. He gets a cross in towards the middle. It's brought down. Chance down for Torquay United. Dennis got the head onto it. Don't think he knew much about it as it's claimed by Jeffries. Cleared away. I think wanting all those who are on the edge of the penalty area to try and clear this one away. And it comes from Sonny Bulow Everton towards the back stick. Wilson tries to play it back across. Desiree there, but he's managed to flick it over the goalkeeper. And Worthing are able to go and get the ball away. Managed to take the ball away from goal. From Sonny Bulow Everton, looking there for Dennis! But his header just goes wide. Now Jenks tries to play through Razak Common de Graft, and Folston's got a full chunk of his shirt. And the referee is giving the free kick in Torquay's favour. Well, by the looks of it, by the looks of Jay Folston's shirt, is that Razak Common de Graft wanted a whole lot of the shirt. They can wait until 9:45 to exchange shirts if they wanted to. 20 so far was given away by James Hammers. Opportunity here! And Worthing do take the lead. Gifted by the keeper, which went wide. But at the break here in West Sussex, it's Worthing 1, Torquay 0.
Yeah, that is the half-time situation. Just a reminder, it looks as if we're about to head to penalties in our other game this evening in the EFL Trophy quarter-final. Luton Town 1, Plymouth Argyle 1. Luton leading for quite a large part of that game, actually. And one of their own, Tegan Finn, equalising for Argyle in the 77th minute. We're about 2 or 3 minutes away from full-time. Still got stoppage time to be added on in that, so we will keep you up to date with the progress of that one. Let's take you across then to what's going on then this evening for Worthing against Torquay United. Let's go back to this one with Clive Hayward and Harry Salvage.
Thank you so much, James. We're back underway here in West Sussex, should I say? My Sussex is the wrong way around. And it's Worthing who got the second half underway, and they've already got themselves a throw out on the far side with Colburn and Sam Dreyer, who's been told he's fine to stay on for the second half. It's gone straight down. I think we're going to go and see Dan Hayfield come on almost immediately.
Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know whether he's done more damage there or whether it's just the first sort of contact and he's realised that it's too sore. But yeah, that's not a very good sign at all. He's being tended to by a combination of
substitution for Torquay.
2 subs, I think.
Number 5, Sam Dreyer. Number 20, Dan Hayfield.
Yeah, and so the change is being made. United lose their captain. And that is a big blow, I think. Be interesting, Harry, to see who does slot in there alongside Ed Palmer.
Well, Folston can play as potentially because when Torquay have played a free at the back, Folston has played the left side of the three-man defence. So be interested to see where it sets up. You could actually see Thomas swap over to the left and Worthington out on the right, but once Torquay maybe a little bit more settled, we might be able to see a handball there by Munas Sundere. There's a little shove in the back there on the Torquay man. There's a free kick given. Just as they seem to settle down a bit, is Worthington at right back. He's now, I believe he's taken the captain's armband as well. It'll be Palmer and Folston, the 2 centre halves, with Thomas moving out towards the left-hand side.
Yeah, I think you've called it, Harry. Yeah. So Jay Folston will get a rest from playing against his winger, and restored to the captaincy, Mr. Worthington.
Free kick brought down by Worthing. Sonny Bulow Everton now with Wilson cleared away. Razak Common de Graft. Here's Folston under pressure from Dolahan, nearly gives it away. Thomas now let's try and feed through Kieran Wilson, but Razak Common de Graft manages to clear it away, and it goes out for a throw for Worthing on the half, just inside the Torquay United half, as they tried to send the ball down that right-hand side. We'll go through the two lineups, and that change, of course, Andrea coming off and Dan Hayfield coming on. So it's James Hammond in goal, backline of Matt Worthington, Ed Palmer, Jay Fulston and Jordan Thomas. Midfielder Munna Sundari and Dan Hayfield. Sonny Brew-Leverton will sit in behind with Dylan Morgan out on the right, Kieran Wilson out on the left with Louis Dennis up top, and Kieran Wilson now nicks the ball away, but touch is too heavy, and Coleman de Graft will play it back towards his goalkeeper Jeffries, who steers it towards Hansen under the pressure there from Dylan Morgan. Thomas now coming up high on Colburn. Colburn then sends it forward down that right hand side, looking there for Jenks, who gets it over the top of James Hammond, but too much on that one there by the Worthing man out for a goal kick.
Yeah, decent chance that. Beautiful through ball. He had to sort of hit it on the half volley, and he couldn't keep it down.
Argyle's time in the EFL Trophy as James Hammond just gets there in front of Dollahan. Looks like it's over. A penalty from Jordan Clark means that it's an unhappy trip for Tom Cleverley against Luton Town, of course, a side where probably not the most liked man at Kenilworth Road is Tom Cleverley, due to his connections to a team down the M1. Clark looks like he's won at Luton 2, Argyle 1 in the EFL Trophy. Here Worthing lead by a goal to nil as we get the second half underway, and it's another man who's gone down. It's now Jay Fulston, who's in significant pain.
Yeah, it's been the nicest day of the year so far, and it really blue skies all day, sunshine, nice and warm, but it never rains, but it pours if you're a Torquay fan at the minute. I don't think the physio's coming on for Fulston. He's definitely been hurt by that, but he's possibly doing a bit of self-treatment, making sure he can carry on. Yeah, it's been a bleak night for Torquay so far. We've gifted the hosts the lead. We've lost our captain, but Fulston appears to be in a position to run this one off. We hope so, anyway.
As you said, Regan Miles hasn't entered the pitch, but he's limping there. Gingerly is Fulston. Yeah. Going to be forward by Worthington. Header up by Munna Sundari, cleared away, brought down by Sundari on the edge of the penalty area. Plays it out towards Dylan Morgan. Plays it back, and it's retrieved by Matt Worthington. Finds Fulston, who's now looking a bit more comfortable. Brilliant roll over by Worthington to get away from Moulton. Now finds Dennis. Back to Worthington on the right hand side, gets a cross in towards the middle. It nearly falls out to Kieran Wilson. It's cleared away by Joel Colburn.
Excellent from Worthington there. Good bit of skill to make ground down the right hand side, and a dangerous low cross. I've called for him before the game to step up. He is showing his versatility tonight, playing at right back, and it's one of the first times I've ever seen him make an overlap there. He did very well.
Go through the Worthing lineup. It's Jeffries in goal, Joel Colburn, Harry Ransom, Joe Cook and George Cox in defence, Jack Young, Jack Spong and Teddy Jenks in the midfield, with Razak Coleman de Graft and Remirio Morton sitting either side of the man who's got the decisive goal, Brad Dollahan. They've got a bench of Taylor Seymour, Ben Jackson, Ode Martin, Daniel Nkrumah, Shoilo Remy, Toby Byron and Oliver Godziemski. Ball out towards Kieran Wilson on the left hand side, takes on Coburn, looking on towards his right foot, still running with it, plays it back in towards Fulston. Got Thomas with plenty of space on that left hand side, ball played over the top, Thomas in towards the penalty, can he play it back? He can, looking for Louis Dennis. Dennis is then taken out, referee says no penalty there. Well, United not happy with that one. Yeah, Dennis didn't even have contacts of the ball, but he was wiped out.
I think you've seen him given. Maybe it was seen to be a little bit off the ball. Perhaps that's what saved him there. Brilliant stuff from Dan Hayfield there. Superb burst down the middle. So whatever his health problems are, they may have abated for a minute or two.
Ball sent forward by Jeffries. Hayfield turns it around to Worthington. Maidstone have put a fifth past Enfield this evening. Ball sent over the top by Worthington. Hayfield battling there with Cook, who clears it away only as far as Morgan. trying to break down the right-hand side. A mixture between Moulton and Cox putting under pressure. Dylan Morgan shoved in the back, and the referee and his officials decided to give a throw-in in favour of Worthing, which is taken short, and Jenks will clear it away.
I think the ref's been fairly consistent here. He's not blowing up for everything, so at least you can say that in his favour.
Falston sets it back to James Hammond. Palmer looks up, sends it forward, looking there for Dennis. Cleared away by Cook. Palmer. Head tennis being played between Torquay and Worthing, and Torquay do bring it down. Palmer sends it down the right hand side. The linesman saying that the ball stayed in there. Here's Spong on the halfway line, sends it down the left hand side. Falston in a foot race with Jenks will get there first and will shield the ball out for a goal kick. 1-0 Worthing. On BBC Radio Devon Sport with South Harry Selvage and Clive Hayward. Reminder for you on Saturday, it's Paul Mulhern and Dave Thomas who will be guiding you through Torquay's home game against Chelmsford City, and not just for the club's inflow of money, but be good to have Torquay United back at home at the weekend as well, Clive.
Absolutely, yeah. The postponements that they had, completely understandable because of the ridiculous volume of rain that we've had, particularly in the southwest. But yeah, very, very much so. And it'll be nice to be back on Bristows and hopefully watching Torquay continue with their season.
Worthington's throw is cleared away by Worthing, brought down by Moulton. Falston with that first header. Sundari sends it further forward. Dennis a little shove in the back of him. Brought forward by Sundari. Worthington.
Not a target man, Louis Dennis, is he? There's not much point knocking it up, trying to expect him to wrestle with central defenders. It's not his strength.
Sundari turns away from Spong, and Spong then catches the Zimbabwean on the follow through. There will be a free kick here for Torquay. Palmer steers across towards his new centre-half partner, Jay Falston. Sends it up over the top, brought down by Sonny Blulow by Dylan Morgan. Out on that far side, Jordan Thomas looking for the underlapping run. Ball played back to Falston. Hayfield.
Sneakily swap wings on you again there, Harry, aren't they? Wilson
they do.
And Morgan.
Ball goes up for a throw on the far side. It would be interesting seeing what Paul Watton decides to do, if he decides to change tactically with personnel. So of course you've got Cody Cook on the bench, Matt Jay and Sonny Fish available. Hayfield.
Still my beating heart.
Tries to play it through. Goes off the Worthing man last and goes out for a throw on this near side. Eastbourne Borough 1, Dorking Wanderers 1 at Priory Lane. Maidenhead 1, Salisbury 1. Tunbridge 1, Hampton and Richmond Borough 0. Some of the latest scores in the National League South. Hammond plays it out towards Palmer. Plays it forward down the right hand side to Worthington. He's got Wilson forward. Worthington sends the ball in the middle left, looking for Dennis. Straight into Josh Jeffries, who comes off his line, and at full stretch the youngster claims the ball back into Worthing possession. He'll distribute it towards Cook. Sends it over the top, brought down by Palmer. Sonny Blue Everton hooks it up, looking there for Hayfield. Brought down by Spong, out towards Ramiro Moulton, who now breaks down the left hand side. Looks to try and play it in towards the middle. It's Razak Ahmed to Graft. It's 2. Brilliant control to bring it down, and with his left foot drills it into the bottom corner. And Worthing have themselves a second against Torquay. It's Worthing 2, Torquay 0.
Yeah, that was clinical, wasn't it? Ramiro did very well down the left, took the ball on, found the striker in oceans of space, and he made no mistake. Nothing Hammond could do about that one. And although the Eastbourne equaliser has spread joy throughout the division, there's not much of it on display for Torquay tonight as we go 2 down at Worthing. Yeah, De Graaf been lively all night, and he didn't need asking twice there. Good touch, sharp finish, and fair play. I think now you can probably say Worthing deserve a lead. It's an awfully long way back at 2-0 now.
Well, you say good news spreading round. Eastbourne Borough 1, Dorking 2.
Oh, thank you, Harry.
Don't worry, Dover are leading Hornchurch by 3-1. Sundari will get the game back underway. It's finished at Kenilworth Road, Luton Town 2, Argyle 1. Ball flicked through by Sonny Boo, Everton back up towards Dennis. Trying to battle away at Torquay, but goes with Wilson and it goes out for a throw. Jamira Moulton will take, and the referee just making sure that the throw from the Rebels is going to be taking in the correct position.
You what, mate?
Ball brought down.
Right.
Back towards
Cook.
Ball through, and Razak Coleman de Graaf. Well, he battles away and fouled by Thomas. Here's Hammond. Now with the ball. Ball sent over the top by Fulston. Those of you listening to Argyle's defeat to Luton, thank you, Michael, for handing over to us here. And well, it's not getting any better for our Devonian sides. Worthing lead by 2-0. Brad Dollahan giving Worthing the lead in the first half before a Razak Coleman de Graaf goal only 5 minutes or so ago to double Worthing's lead. And Sam Dreyer, the Torquay captain, coming off injured as well. As Clive said earlier, even though it's been a lovely sunny day here on the south coast for Torquay United, when it rains it pours at the moment. And Palmer plays it across towards Fulston. Under the pressure from Teddy Jenks. Forward it goes from Hammond. Tried to be flicked on by Dennis, and the defender will send it back towards his goalkeeper Jeffries. And forward it goes. Fulston with that first header. Flicked forward by Sundari, now with Hayfield, hooked forward by Jenks. Worthington then puts his foot straight through it. Not a bad touch there from Kenny Griffiths, the goalkeeping coach, and it goes out for a throw.
Always important for keepers to be good with their feet, isn't it? So yeah, Worthing leading this game 2-0. Elsewhere in the NLS, Maidstone are having a day out. They're 5-0 up against Enfield. Leaders Dorking have gone back in front at Eastbourne. Horsham Ebbsfleet is 1-1, and perhaps the only ray of light at the minute is that Dover are 3-1 up at Crabble against Hornchurch.
Throw one for Worthing. Which will be taken out on that far side. You sort of have to feel there for Paul Watton. His squad is getting depleted. He's calling over another substitution. Looks like he's going to bring on Cody Cook shortly, but the way this game has panned out has been far from ideal for him. Obviously it doesn't help his own goalkeeper gifting the first goal, but then losing your captain only takes seconds into the second half.
Yeah, it's a big blow. I mean, you can only hope that it's a short-term injury for Dreyer, because if we were to lose Dyer and Dreyer, the complete partnership, then you could just write the season off now, I think, as far as I'm concerned.
Hayfield turns it back towards Worthington under pressure from Moulton. Hayfield flicked up by Muna Sundari, cleared away by Cook. Palmer. Sonny Brulo Everton now finds Worthington, sends it down the right hand side, but straight out for a throw, and it shall be for Worthing out.
Yeah,
talking about Hammond being a killer moment in the game, but I think maybe the injury for Dry has been the killer moment.
Well, it's the long-term possible effect of it as well, isn't it? Let's just hope that he can get back fit quickly, because he's an absolutely critical part of this team.
Header up there from Palmer, brought down by Young initially. Here's Sundari. Worthington. Let's header up. All knocked forward is Fulston. Under pressure from Razak Coleman de Graaf, back towards James Hammond. Oh, nearly given away to Dollahan, and only because of his trailing legs managed to flick it up, and it's now with Amira Moulton. Challenge there from Worthington. Sonny Blulow, Everton, Wilson looking at their front of Cox, but doing so, and now Worthington's gone down.
It's a real sort of test of James Hammond's mental strength here, I think, because as he took the touch for that ball, you could see 3 or 4 thoughts go through his mind at the same time, and he was quite lucky to get away with the outcome not being more dangerous there. He got a better contact on the ball, but he gave it straight to a Worthing player, and of course every time the ball gets knocked back to him, the Worthing fans are giving it the cheer. It's a difficult night for the Torquay stopper.
Tottenham 1, Slough 1. Tunbridge 2, Hampton and Richmond Borough 0. Visitors there are down 10 men. Interestingly, according to the app I'm looking at, Razak Coleman de Graft has scored for both Worthing and Tunbridge tonight.
Talented player, obviously.
Also, to the Gallagher Stadium, Mason have hit Enfield Town for 6-0 there.
Yeah, you wonder if it might be a season too far for Enfield, really. They're a very friendly, welcoming club, but you get the impression they're going to be perennial strugglers at this level, and that sounds like a good hammering underway there.
Torquay temporarily down to 10 miles. English. Matt Worthington is off the pitch, but he's returned after seeing a bit of treatment from Regan Miles. We're going to see a double change. I think it's Matt Jay and Cody Cook coming on as the ball sent long, but it goes straight out for a goal kick.
Yeah, he was down for an 8 count there, Worthington, but he seems to have picked himself up off the canvas quite well, so fair play.
There's the change, which sees Louis Dennis depart for this evening after 65 minutes on my clock.
He's another one really that they need to limit the minutes for. I don't think he was going to get a tremendous amount of change, so it kind of makes sense to give him a bit of rest really. He's the wrong side of 30 and he's a good footballer, so maybe that's a case of looking after him. Obviously, if you look at the substitutes more positively, it's bringing on a notable centre forward to try and mix it up front.
So Jay comes on for Dylan Morgan. Wilson will stay out on the right. Jay on the left-hand side. Cody Cook up top. Sonny Blulow, Everton in the 10.
Well, they've reshuffled the deck chairs, haven't they? And Torquay with a big half an hour now to see whether they can get back into this important match.
Ball flipped on by Cook. Jay trying to break away. He's picked up though by Cody Cook out on the left hand side, joined in that corner by de Graft. Cook then gets a little shove in the back by the man who's going to be given.
So having won the free kick, Cody will clearly be looking at the triangle on the end of it. It's not a dangerous position. It's only a yard so in from the goal line on the left hand side and maybe 56 to 8 yards in. So the ball isn't going to travel very far. I imagine it will be looked into the path.
Right, BBC Radio Devon, just having one or two little technical issues there with our link to the South Coast. Not a particularly good scoreline. Well, it's not a good scoreline from Torquay United right now with their match away against Worthing. Worthing 2, Torquay United 0. Earlier, if you missed it, Plymouth Argyle, they are out of the EFL Trophy. They've been beaten 2-1 away against Luton. Reaction to both games to come, hopefully before 10 o'clock, if not on your breakfast show with John Akers tomorrow. Let's go back now to Harry and Clive.
Well, Sonny Blulow, Everton, he's taken out late there. Well, everybody's going over towards that corner. It's a late challenge. What's the referee going to decide to do? We've seen 2 red cards in this fixture last year. It's right in front of the Torquay United fans as well.
It's a long way away from us, Harry, and he's absolutely clattered him there. I think it was an honest attempt to go for the ball. It was a fraction late. There's the usual pushing and shoving. He's brought the lad off to one side, which sort of leads you to think it's going to be a yellow. We'll see very shortly.
I always think with a red card, if they're going to give it, it's going to be a very quick decision. I'm not sure who actually made the challenge then. It was Colburn who's come over, but then again, here's the captain. And from the reaction, obviously, Paul Watton will defend his place to the hill, and that's going straight out. Obviously, we've seen it earlier on this season when a late challenge comes into Sonny Blulow Everton.
He's had no luck at all, has he? He got absolutely clattered at Maidstone. One of the worst tackles you'd ever want to see, really, from Gilbert.
It's a yellow card for Corcoran.
Yeah, my first reaction, and of course we only get one look at it, is that it was an honest attempt to play the ball, but Sonny Blue Everton's done very well to get up from that, as he's about to, I think. Looked to catch him sort of on the shin. He's walking off the pitch. I didn't think you had to go off for an injury these days if a booking had been awarded, and he's not, in fact. He's making his way back on, but he's another limping yellow.
Definitely looks like they're walking wounded at the moment. I'm going to try and see it. We've got the Worthing analyst in front of us. He's got his laptop filming everything, so I'm not sure. Couldn't quite see it there.
Yeah, it's going to be a sore trip home on that bus tonight, isn't it?
Free kick ball drilled low straight into the wall by Matt Jay. Falls back out towards Jay. Sends it back in. It's deep looking there for Hayfield. Brings it down. Can he get the ball across? Drops it back. It's into Wilson with a drive. That's blocked there. Well, it's gone straight into the head of Cook. And that's at Worthing's defender.
Yeah, he was
Cook
brave there, wasn't he? He took the brunt of that. I think it might have been more sort of face than head. It certainly laid him out. Yeah, and that was a reasonable chance, but Torquay did nothing wrong there. It was well struck. The lad did well to put his body on the line and get in the road.
Well, that's a defending which helps you win games, possibly promotions and titles. That there from Cook.
Absolutely. Looks like a reasonable crowd here tonight. I would think there's a good couple of thousand in. And the vast majority, of course, are enjoying it greatly.
Ball play back to Ed Palmer. Steers it across towards Fulston. Hammond sends it up over the top, looking for Kieran Wilson. Flicks it across Moulton. Brought down by Worthington. Trying to get away, pokes in towards Cook, who's, well, let's put it this way. He's got a new backpack called Joe Cook on the back of them there.
And that is what a centre forward can do. Cody Cook there, back to goal, shielded the ball. He was strong enough, drew the foul, and Torquay have got an opportunity which Jordan Young would probably be licking his lips at, but of course he's not available this evening. I would say 25 yards out, just to the right of the D.
Maybe a little bit further. Well, we know Dan Hayfield can take these as well. Sonny Fish, who's the final outfield substitute available on the bench, he's ready to come on shortly. Just a final warm-up, just wearing the orange bib. A free kick here from Hayfield. So it will be in Jordan Young sort of territory. But it's going to be Dan Hayfield for Torquay United. It's off the wall. And again, it's the same man, Joe Cook, who blocked Kieran Wilson's shot. It's the same man who's then gone down again. And the game will be paused so the physio can go and cross the seat. Worthing number 12.
Tonight's match attendance is 2,094. That is 2,094. Incredible numbers for Tuesday night. Thank you to everybody for your support tonight. I hope to see you again next Tuesday night.
2,094. We weren't too far with your attendance prediction.
Only 94 out, yeah. No, that's a good attendance at this level, isn't it? It's gone down well in the crowd here as well. People around us are clapping, and it's nice to come to an away game and actually have a bit of an atmosphere. You get that at Maidstone in this league, but a lot of places it can be a little bit soulless, really. So yeah, Worthing, they're a club on the up, aren't they? They're doing well. We've been treated very, very well here tonight, you and I, as a commentary team, and yeah, fair play to everybody involved here.
Cook's now back up on his feet for Worthing. And well, the ironic cheers to our left are because balls which have entered the away end, to the home end to our left, have all now entered the pitch at the same time.
See, James Hammond there was having to deal with 3 of them. And of course, that's great banter, isn't it, from the Worthing fans? He's managed to get them all off the pitch, so his evening's looking up to a very slight extent. We're going to have one of those drop balls where it's given back, I think, to the defensive team. Days of a contested drop ball seem to be behind us. No, in fact, he's going to give it.
Well, by the way that everybody's lined up in the penalty area, I think it's going back to Worthington.
I'm talking nonsense again, Harry, so carry on. Yep.
Wilson battling for that header, cleared away by Colburn. Tried to be brought down by Muna Sundari on the edge of the area, then he drags his man Brad Dullahan down. There will be a free kick on the edge of the Worthing area for the hosts. No more goals to update you on in the National League South. Of course, earlier on this evening, the EFL Trophy, Plymouth Argyle adventure in that competition ends at Kenilworth Road. Beaten by Swindon in the last round, but
OK, 1 or 2 more problems with our link then this evening to Worthing. We're back there as soon as we can. This is BBC Radio Devon with James Vickery. Torquay United then trailing away against Worthing tonight on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Not the scoreline we were hoping for this evening, I'm afraid. 2-0. The hosts lead that one. We'll be back with Harry and with Clive in just a few moments' time. Elsewhere in National League South tonight, AFC Tottenham 1, Slough Town 1. Dover 3, Hornchurch 1, Dorking lead 2-1 away against Eastbourne, Horsham 1, Ebbsfleet 1, Maidenhead United 1, Salisbury 1, Maidstone 6, Enfield Town 0, and Tonbridge Angels 2, Hampton and Richmond Borough 0. Locally, Plymouth Argyle are out of the EFL Trophy, I'm afraid. They've been beaten 2-1 away against Luton. It looked as if that one was heading for penalties. Luton led 1-0 for quite a large part of that game. Tegan Finn equalising for Argyle in the 77th minute, but then a very late penalty, just as we were gearing up for the penalty shootout, means that Luton have gone through by 2-1 this afternoon. In the Premier League this evening, or should I say Champions League, Newcastle 3, Qarabag 2. That one's 9-3 on aggregate now, and they've only been playing for 62 minutes there at St James's Park. In the Championship, Blackburn Rovers 1, Bristol City 2, Hull City 2, Derby County 2, Middlesbrough 1, Leicester City 1, Swansea 0, Preston 1, Watford 0, Ipswich 1, West Brom 1, Charlton 1, Wrexham 2, Portsmouth 1, and Southampton lead Queen's Park Rangers by 3-0. In League 1 tonight, Bradford City 1, Rotherham United 0, Burton Albion 3, Stockport County 0, and Northampton Town 0, Port Vale 1. League 2 scorelines as we hope to get back to the South Coast for you soon. Accrington Stanley 0, Barnet 0, Salford City 1, Shrewsbury Town 1. National League scorelines as we approach 70 minutes in a number of those matches. Forest Green Rovers 1, Boston United 3, Halifax Town 0, Rochdale 1, Scunthorpe 0, York City 3, Southend United 0, Boreham Wood 1, Tamworth 2, Altrincham 1, and it's Wealdstone 2, Brackley Town 0 on BBC Radio Devon. We'll be back with commentary soon, we hope, of Torquay at Worthing.
Successful fella thought to himself, oops, I've got a lot of money. Caught in a rat race, terminally. I'm a professional cynic, but my
Always rely on Blur to get us out of a difficult spot. Country House on BBC Radio Devon. Might hear the end of that by the end of the show tonight, who knows. Right, we can go back to the South Coast. Worthing against Torquay. Back to Harry and Clive.
Thank you. Apologies to Damon Albarn, but I think Torquay fans want to see this free kick for Sonny Blue-Lefton, which is sent through. It's all the way through, but pushed away by Jeffries. There were 2 corner opportunities for Torquay United, which they weren't able to capitalise on, but putting Worthing under pressure. But Sonny Everton, that free kick there pushed away by Jeffries. As close as Torquay United have come a little bit. Apologies for our technological hiccups this evening, and hopefully we're not sounding like robots anymore.
I would say it's all been a bit of a blur.
And it comes. It's cleared away, and it's Razak Coleman de Graft who can break away here for Worthing down the right-hand side. He's joined across there by Worthington, cuts in brilliantly. Does Worthington to stop that initial run, and then Fulston blocking the run for Coleman de Graft.
Yeah, renewing hostilities there, the two of them. Been a good battle tonight.
Coleman de Graft down the right-hand side. Little foul this time by Matt Jay, and the referee deems that one a foul by the United substitute.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Matt Jay's disputing it, but he needs to just get on with it.
Tottenham are down to 10. It's Tottenham 1, Slough 1. Maidstone 7, Enfield 0.
I think a couple of subs being readied from the Worthing bench there. Yeah, and they're going to do it now before taking the free kick.
Possibly Sonny Fish might be coming on as well. Yes, he is, and he's going to see Kieran Wilson depart.
Substitution for
The final 10 minutes.
23, Kieran Wilson. Coming up on 17, Sonny Fish.
I think we're going to hold off the Worthing changes just yet.
Yeah, it looks that way. There's a bit of a hiatus here. The Worthing guys juggling with the ball. Clearly, again, it won't trouble them too much to get on with the game. But the whistle's been blown. It's going to be a left-footed cross, you would think.
In comes a free kick. Flicked away by Jordan Thomas. Here's Minash Sanderi. Fish. Dispossessed, and here is Ramiro Moulton into the penalty area with the right footed drive to make it 3. That may have just sealed the points for Worthing. They will go above Torquay tonight.
Sorry, Harry. Sonny Fish with his head down there. He's given the ball away. I think it's the first time he's touched the ball. And Worthing needed no second invitation. Drilled past Hammond, who had no chance with that one. It's a nightmare start for Sonny Fish, you have to say, and a fantastic evening for the home team here. And if Dorking do continue and get the win at Eastbourne, then they're going to go 9 points clear of the Yellows tonight, and a very, very difficult run continues for Torquay. It's going to be 4 games without a win.
And 3 of those ending in defeat as well. See the change now, which sees Jack Spong come off. You're going to see Toby Byron come on.
And Worthington back with a bang, aren't they? 4-1 on Saturday, 3-0 up tonight against Paul Watton's team.
And we're also going to see the Spanish midfielder Ode Martin come on. And he's replacing the man who's just put the ball in the back of the net, Ramiro Moulton.
And coming on, number 8, Ode Martin Solombo.
Torquay get the game underway again. Worthing 3, Torquay United 0. Have reaction with Paul Watton potentially in the breakfast show tomorrow.
Yeah, that's something to look forward to for Torquay fans, isn't it?
Palmer, he looks up, trying to drive forward towards this right side for Worthington. Sonny Blulow Everton, who's just keeps running his heart out for Torquay, waiting for the pass across towards Matt Worthington. He tries to play it forward, it's blocked off Byron. All turned in towards the middle, Jenks closed down by Jay, and then by Sonny Blulow. Everton still comes away with the ball though. Back in towards Cook. Forward it goes for Worthing. Brought down by Palmer. Hayfield sets it back to Worthington. Hammond. Across towards Jay Fulston. Forward it goes towards Cook. He brings it down. The flag goes up for offside against Cody.
Yeah, continuing to battle there up front, but he was just in front of the last man, unfortunately.
Today's player of the match, as selected by match sponsor providing financial advice, is number 25, Romero.
I think this might be the earliest I've seen a player of the match given this season. We're only 83 minutes into the game.
Well, the game's over though, isn't it? Stay tuned though, we've got 7 more minutes of normal time to go as Worthing battle down the right hand side, and it looks as though Torquay are going to just about be able to deal with that one.
Falston cleared away, Colburn. It's not a carbon copy of Saturday, but it is the same formula of first half done well played well. By the second half, it's just not just been there, has it?
Respectfully, I'd probably disagree with your description of the first half at Eastbourne. I thought we were poor throughout the game, but we did obviously go in one each at half time. Today, we started the game brightly. We've had 1 or 2 chances, and it's one of those nights where nothing's gone for us. We have given Worthing two goals. You know, with all due respect to Hammond and Fish, they're 2 bad errors, but I think over the piece you'd probably say the home team have done enough to win it, really.
Byron, a little pressure there from Worthington. Ball switched across, here's Cook. The back.
That's a foul from Thomas. He's got away with it.
Ball played through, brought down by Young. Play out towards Colburn. Trying to move away, there was Mutt J, but it's intervened by Worthing. Sonny Bulow, Everton, Thomas. Cook goes down. Foul by Cook, on to Cook.
He's just good at that, isn't he? Back to goal, he'll win you free kicks. He's not been prolific this season. He has struggled with his hip injury, but in terms of effectiveness from front men tonight, he's been streets ahead in my book.
It's Bath 0, Western 0, but the visitors are down to 10 men. Dagenham Bridge lead 1-0 away at Chesham. It's going to be a free kick here for Torquay, which will be taken by Sonny Blulow, Everton. In towards the penalty area, deep looking for Ed Palmer. Great save by Jeffries. Is it bundled home? No, it's not. It's spread out towards Worthington with a driving in. Torquay do have a goal back via the captain, Worthington. It's Worthing 3, Torquay 1.
There it is, yeah. It was the old Jordan Dyer far post move, really, from the cross. He got round the back, couldn't quite force the ball over the line, but finally we've got what I suppose is traditionally called a consolation goal. Torquay back into the game. Matt J, for some reason, screaming at the referee. I don't know what his issue is.
Ball sent over the top. Thomas under pressure from Razak Coleman de Graft in that corner, and there's a foul there on the Torquay man, and Cox has now gone down for the hosts, just outside the centre circle.
I think I'm going to give the referee some credit here tonight. You know, we're generally quite unhappy with the level of officiating in this league, but I think he's had a very good game. He's given the fouls that need to be given. He's not panicked at all. I think he's probably used common sense with that poor challenge on Low Everton just now. I think some referees would have brandished a red. I don't think it was really justified, so I think he's probably performed better than most of the men in yellow tonight, and fair play to him. There's a little bit of treatment going on. The referee, in fact, now helps the Worthing player to his feet. Yeah, he's run the game well for me.
Cox is back up on his feet. I think Worthing might be lining up a change. Change will see Teddy Jenks make way.
coming on, number 11, Shiloh Remy.
Shiloh Remy, who comes on for Teddy Jenks for Worthing. I think they'll make one more substitution, other hosts.
Makes it all noise, number 14, George Cox.
It's George Cox, this man wobbling off, injured just then.
Coming on, number 27.
He's replaced by Oliver Godziemski. Ball play back over the top by Jay. Looks forward by Joe Cook. Forward to go by Thomas, brought down by Sonny Blulow, Everton. Hayfield tries to get there first, but it's taken away from him. And Toby Byron can now break away down this left-hand side. Feeds it through in towards Brad Dollahan, who tries to get the shot away on towards his right foot. But the flag does go up for offside against the man who opened the goals this evening.
Looks a good player, doesn't he?
I understand why West Ham wanted it. He's at West Ham for a little while. Ball goes over the top by Falston, looking for Cook. Wins that first header, not convincingly won by Jack Young, who sends it further forward. Palmer brings it down, sent back over the top. Falston cushions it back to James Hammond, who sends it away. Headed down by Byron. For Torquay, that they can just let the ball run. There's another goal at Crabble. Dover 4, Hornchurch 1. All the way by Young. All the way to goalkeeper James Hammond. Back up to Falston. Back to Hammond again. Forward it goes, looking at that right hand side, it's nowhere near Worthington. It's from number 18 though with Toby Byron. Back by Cook to Jeffries. Forward it goes, brought down by Palmer. Here's Jay, cushions it back to Munesh Sundari. Trying to battle away is Sundari, but he's not helped by his teammates at all. It was 3 against 1, and now Worthing can break away. O'Day Martin plays out towards Remy on the right hand side, tries to get the cross, and it's blocked there by Matt Jay. But in that sort of moment, Munesh Sundari, he's down on the ground. He's got 4 Worthing players around him, and not one yellow shirt is near him.
Yeah, got outnumbered there. He's tried tonight. Nash, full 90 minutes from him. No real issues about his performance. We're in the last knockings of this now. Some of the Worthing fans are starting to drift away. It's been a great night for them. I think the thing with this game tonight is that we knew it was going to be difficult. They're a good side. We've struggled with, we've struggled with injuries, but you can accept a defeat at Worthing, but it's the losses at Chippenham and Eastbourne that have absolutely killed us, really.
8 minutes added on.
Oh.
Jay with the throw. Ball play back towards Jay Falston. Over the top it goes. Had a one initially by Colburn. Hayfield plays that towards Falston. Cook with that first header. Up in the air by Joe Cook. Brought down by Hayfield. Steers it out towards Worthington. Fish making the run down the right hand side. Gets there in front of Joe Cook. Plays it back to Hayfield. Scoops it up looking for Worthington on the right hand side. In comes the challenge, but Worthington he nearly came away with the ball. Went in with a challenge and it's cleared away now. Worthington looks like he's holding his left ankle. I think it's the same ankle he was holding earlier as well. And the referee is approaching the Worthing bench towards Adam Hinchelwood and shows the Worthing manager a yellow card as Worthington is now still down in that corner. Don't think the referee's actually noticed it because he's back up on his feet with Worthington, but he's not looking comfortable at all. Forward it goes from Falston. Sundari battling away there, and the ball that hits Munesh Sundari after it's won by O'Day Martin.
So it's becoming like a casualty ward now, isn't it? Sundari's down, he's okay, but Matt Worthington is really struggling to walk on that left foot, and he's just made an angry gesture. He's limping badly. I think he's going to try and stay on, but it's one of those nights where if it can go wrong, it will go wrong this evening, I think.
Well, unless Adam Seedhouse Evans can play as a right back, I don't think we're going to see a change.
No, indeed.
Osmuna Sundari, I think it was more the fact of how powerfully the ball was struck straight into his leg from point blank range.
Yeah.
Which brought him down, so he'll be fine to continue on. From the drop ball, Joe Cook will send it forward, brought down by Fulston, battling away with Shiloh Remy.
I think Matt Worthington's a passenger. He's gone into midfield and Thomas has come across to cover, I think. But
Fulston clears it away.
It's not a pretty scene for Torquay at the minute.
Was that Coleman de Graaf, one back there. Did it go off Jay last? Well, those Worthing fans in that part of the terrace think so. Fulston sends it back to his goalkeeper James Hammond.
You can tell when he's got the ball now, can't you? The sound effects give it away.
Palmer. Comes Munna Sundari. Worthington. Lost to Jay Fulston on the left-hand side. Enfield, well, day to forget for them. It's now scored an 8th against them. Hayfield turns it in towards the middle, turned away by O'Day Martin.
Yeah, I suppose we could be Enfield fans, can we? There's always somebody worse off.
Godziemski. Ball launched out towards the right-hand side by Jack Cook. Chasing towards the corner of Shiloh Remy. Couldn't keep it and launches it into the fans by the toilet block, and unsurprisingly for Shiloh Remy, that's a yellow card for kicking the ball away.
That's a shame for the lad there. It wasn't a great ball, of course. It was overhit and he just kicked it away to save a few seconds. There's a daft yellow card to give away. I don't suppose he'll give him monkeys, frankly. He's going to get his win bonus tonight.
Jay. Here's Munna Sundari. Plays it out towards his right-hand side with Dan Hayfield, who moves over the halfway line. Fish. Back to Hayfield. Plays it across towards Jake Fulston on the halfway line. Sends it up down that left-hand side, but Joel Colbrand will always get there in front of Jordan Thomas. Colbrand will shield the ball and then theatrically throw himself down to the ground as the ball rolls out for a goal kick.
Yeah, he was easily able to shepherd that out, wasn't he? Matt Worthington's moving a bit better now, I'm pleased to say.
Well, interestingly, Hayfield's moved out towards the right back. I know Munna Sundari can play right back, but I'm not sure if at the minute it's...
Yeah, we've got a team of auxiliary right backs, haven't we? Denzel Akiampong has left the club, I understand, today. Yeah. I'd like to wish him all the best for the future, because having met him a couple of times, a very nice young man, and I wish him all the best for his future career.
Free kick given, foul from Ed Palmer onto Oliver Godziemski.
I think it's our free kick, but Ed Palmer made a back for him, really. But yeah, I think the referee's seen that slightly differently, and we've got the free kick. Oh, wrong again, Haywood. It's going to be a drop ball, I think.
What do we know? Here's Sonny Breveson. Oh, nearly gives it away, but this finds Ed Palmer. Chops in on Jack Young. Plays it across towards Fulston. Sends it up over the top looking for Matt Jay. Brought down by Colburn. Here's Coleman de Graft. Hooks it over his head and it goes out for a throw. Held up there by Cook. Here's the second one, does Cody Cook. Cleared away though by O'Day Martin, looking for Dollahan. Here's his first header. Gives it straight there to Fulston. Ball played back in towards James Hammond. Palmer over the top, brought down by O'Day Martin. Turns away, does the St. Lucian Shiloh Remy. There's it back to Joe Cook. Jeffries to clear it away. All the way.
It's the longest 8 minutes of your life, this, Harry, isn't it?
Ball forward by Palmer. I think I might have had longer 8 minutes in my life at times. Here's Hammond.
Been no lack of effort from Torquay tonight, but they haven't been good enough when it's mattered.
Ball forward by Fulston. Header won by Colburn. All sent back over the top down that left hand side, and Colburn goes there in front of Matt Jay to clear it away. Brought down by Sundari. Thomas, little shove in the back there by Coleman de Graaf. Picked up by Sundari again. Jay on the left, squeezed out by Coleman de Graaf. It will be a throw, which Jay will want to try and take quickly. Leave it though for Jordan Thomas. Sundari's calling for it short. Obviously the better option is the open, unmarked Sonny Blulow, Everton Worthington. Out towards the left-hand side, tries to turn away there. Does Fish, and he's won a free kick.
Yeah, it's like a ghost ship here now, isn't it? The Worthing fans are making for the exits as Torquay try to get another consolation goal. It would be the unlikeliest of all comebacks if they were to see it further. There can't be long left now, though.
Free kick comes in from Sonny Blulow, Everton, but straight into the hands of Jeffries. In the goal.
Yeah, his delivery is normally excellent, low Everton, but that wasn't his best work.
One flick through, Palmer gets there in front of Dollahan, cleared away by Fulston. As the referee blows his final whistle, and this big game in the top, it sees Worthing beating the walking wounded of Torquay United, but it's safe to say that Torquay did gift the opening goal when James Harron gave the ball away to the informed Brad Dollahan, who's scored his 21st of the season, and then made it 2-0. Sharp finish by Razak Coleman de Graaf after he was picked up by the man who scored the third goal, Ramiro Moulton. Again, another great finish from him in towards the near post. Torquay did get a goal back via Matt Worthington, and the ball fell to him in the penalty area, but it's safe to say there's big issues at hand here for Torquay United when it comes to a promotion push, because that's now 3 defeats in 4.
Yeah, 4 days in Sussex and 6 absolutely dreadful goals given away. It's been a shocking back-to-back effort from the goals, I'm afraid to say. There's quite a lot of people have made a sort of mini break out of this. You saw the fixtures at the start of the season, 2 trips to Sussex within the space of a few days, but it could hardly have gone worse. We've lost 4-1 against the bottom of the league side, as we know, on Saturday, and then ultimately Worthing way too good for Torquay tonight. Consolation goal at the end will not be very, very helpful at all, and there's an awfully long journey home now. It must be difficult as a footballer to drive with a defeat into the early hours.
Well, thank you for joining myself this evening, Clive. Safe journey back home to you, and thank you for all those who've tuned in on Saturday. Torquay are back at Playmore. It feels like a while since they've played at home, with Chelmsford City coming to town. Dave Thomas will be joining Paul Mulhern for full commentary of that one. But from myself, Harry Savage, thank you for joining us this evening. We'll catch up with Paul Watton after this one. If we can get it before 10 o'clock, we'll play it out, but they'll be on the breakfast show. You can join James Vickery for reaction to Argyle's defeat in the EFL Trophy. They were beaten by Luton Town by 2-1 as it finishes here. Worthing 3, Torquay United 1.
John Akers at breakfast.
BBC Radio Devon.
We're here to start your day with a laugh. That means I've woken you up.
No, I've got a 7-year-old, so I've been up since 5. We're a bit excited in this house.
It's everything you need to start your day. So my dad's at LSE with Mick Jagger, and Mick Jagger says to my dad, "I'm not coming back next year. I'm just going to give it a go with the band." My dad's like that. "Mick, don't throw your life away. What if it comes to nothing?" And the list maker's back after 9. What are we doing?
We're doing list makers.
Yes, sorry, I was miles away then. John Akers at breakfast.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Devon. James Vickery.
BBC
Radio Devon.
Oh, not a good night for Torquay United. Dear, oh dear. They've lost 3-1 away against Worthing. Started brightly, hosts, so really got a foothold in that game. They were 3-0 up. Matt Worthington with late consolation, but it was simply too little too late from a Torquay United point of view. Really disappointing. They've lost 3 of the last 4 now, have Torquay, as it stands. And I'll bring you up to date with all the scores and the table in a moment, because full-time whistles are being blown up and down the country right now, and around National League South as well. But as it stands at the moment, Torquay are now 9 points off the league leaders Dorking Wanderers, and they've moved down to third. So we'll tell you much more about that between now and 10. Also reflect on a disappointing night as well. Not been a good night for Devon sides in action tonight. Plymouth Argyle out of the EFL Trophy. They've lost 2-1 at Luton tonight. More on that next. Tony Braxton, Unbreak My Heart, BBC Radio Devon. It's 10 to 10. This is Tuesday Night Sport with James Vickery and the team. We're live till 10 o'clock with reaction to tonight's football. If you have just tuned in, it's been a really disappointing night from a Devon point of view. Worthing 3, Torquay United 1 and Plymouth Argyle out of the EFL Trophy. They've been beaten 2-1 away against Luton. Let me just bring you up to date then with those scores from National League South this evening and sort of the final listings for for tonight in terms of where Torquay United are finishing their evening after that defeat away against Worthing. So in National League South tonight then, the full scores for you are AFC Tottenham 1, Slough Town 1, Bath City 0, Weston-super-Mare 0, Chesham 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Dover 4, Hornchurch 1, Eastbourne 1, Dorking 2, Horsham 1, Ebbsfleet United 1, Maidenhead United 2, Salisbury 1, Maidstone 8, Enfield 0, Tonbridge Angels 2, Hampton and Richmond 0, and Worthing 3, Torquay 1. It means as a result of all of those scorelines, Dorking's top 66 points from 33 games. Worthing go to second with 58 points from 33 matches. Torquay now way off the pace at the top. They're 9 points behind Dorking. In third, they've dropped to third with 57 points from 33 games. They've lost 3 of their last 4. 2 of those defeats have been against the sides who were currently, at the time of playing them, bottom of the league. Hornchurch are 4th, 56 points. Ebbsfleet 5th with 55. Weston-super-Mare 6th with 54. And Maidenhead in 7th with 52. So still a lot to play for, but direction of travel not good for Torquay United. Just can't find any winning formula right now, which would keep the pressure on at the top of the table. Dorking, as I say, 9 points ahead of the Gulls. Dorking winning tonight, obviously Worthing winning tonight against Torquay. So a difficult night. Hoping to get reaction before 10. I would imagine Paul Watton is not best pleased with tonight, so we might be sitting here till midnight waiting to hear from Paul Watton tonight, to be honest. But I can tell you what we can do next. We can hear from Plymouth Argyle manager Tom Cleverley, because Plymouth Argyle are out of the EFL Trophy. They've lost 2-1 away against Luton. Here's Tom Cleverley chatting to our reporter Michael McCann.
Thoughts on the performance, the game, the night, and what are the first brief sort of emotions and points of analysis that comes to mind?
Yeah, really lacklustre performance. I think we've got enough trust between us all now that we can be really honest, and the reasons why is going to be the thing to take out of tonight, and that what this group of players has done is always learnt from when we've fallen short how to put that better. So we need to learn from this evening. I thought we were second best in every area. We didn't deserve to progress tonight, and yeah, there'll be an honest inquest, and the players will do that internally. They take enough responsibility to do that. There'll be conversations amongst themselves. And the disappointing thing was we were outdone at the basics tonight, which has been our really underpinning source of success recently.
I know it's hard to take sort of moments of positivity, but Jack McKenzie came on and is still working his way back into first team minutes, having had that long layoff. Tegan Finn came on, scored that goal, looked bright. In fact, all the subs that you brought on did make a level of a positive impact to the game. Was that a bit of a silver lining from it?
Yeah, second half we improved, not in as much as we needed to do, but we improved, and yeah, it's good to see some guys getting more fitness. But if you're looking for a source of positivity from tonight, it has to be the performance of Tegan coming on.
In terms of team selection, I know you talked about it a little bit pre-game, but it's a difficult balancing act with what you mentioned, not wanting to bring players and then know that they might not necessarily come on or be needed. Just talk us through what the thinking was. Obviously, Benarouz, Patterson, Dell not in that match day squad, and you've got a pretty busy schedule. Like, what were the different cogs that went into that?
Owendale injured, so Owendale is a simple one. Injured, took a nasty whack in training. So that was the reason why he didn't come. Now, if you asked me if I had my time again, if I knew Torquay was going to pull out on the morning of the game or the afternoon of the game, then you'd bring Owen Aseni. Of course you would. But when we're travelling so far across the country, to take squads of 20, 21 players is going to be very unnecessary. Torquay pulling out at 2:30, Ruidu pulling out at 6:15 is not ideal when you're preparing for a big game, and we've shown time and time again this year we just can't sustain the amount of injuries that we've suffered, and really disappointing that we woke up this morning saying this is the first time we've had the luxury of naming the same team 3 times, and of course that wasn't the case.
I didn't mean to make my next question sort of continuing on the theme from that, but just sort of on various injuries, how does Talai look, how does Wiradi look, and an update on Kane would be great, because obviously there was a hope that it wasn't as bad as first maybe been thought. And then the other thing that I picked up on, and maybe it's just me seeing things, but Vim Peppel had his sort of knee strapped. Was there any kind of knot that he was potentially carrying? I know he seemed to come through unscathed, but
Bim's fine. So that's that one. Tolai feels a little bit of a sensation in the same leg, so we're going to do a little bit of investigation on that, and with our fingers crossed. Owen Dale, just like I said, nasty whack. Herbie Kane will be Doncaster at home, all being well, and Brendan Galloway and Joe Rolls longer term.
That's Plymouth Argyle manager Tom Cleverley with BBC Radio Devon's Michael McCann. So Argyle are out of the EFL Trophy. They were just a couple of games away from Wembley. Sadly, it wasn't to be for Argyle tonight, who lost 2-1 at Luton. Some other scorelines then to bring you from around the country this evening here on BBC Radio Devon. In the Champions League, Newcastle 3, Carabag 2. That one's 9-3 on aggregate. That's full time. Championship, Blackburn Rovers 1, Bristol City 2, Hull 4, Derby 2, Middlesbrough 1, Leicester 1, Swansea 1, Preston 1, Watford 0, Ipswich 2, West Brom 1, Charlton 1, Wrexham 2, Portsmouth 1, Southampton 5, Queen's Park Rangers 0. In League 1, Bradford City 1, Rotherham 0, Burton 3, Stockport County 0, Northampton 0, Port Vale 1, and in League 2, Accrington 0, Barnet 1, and Salford City 1, Shrewsbury 2. That's just about it from us tonight. We'll have reaction to Torquay's defeat at Worthing on your breakfast show tomorrow with John Akers from 6.
City dweller, successful fella, thought to himself, oops, I've got a lot of money. Caught in a rat race, terminally. I'm a professional cynic, but my heart's not in it. I'm paying the price of living life at the limit. Caught up in the centuries, anxiety. Yes, it preys on him. In the country, watching afternoon repeats and the food he eats in the country. He takes a manner of pills and piles up analyst bills in the country. Oh, it's like an animal farm, that's a rural charm in the country. He's got morning glory and life's a different story. Everything's going Jack and Jory in touch with his own mortality. And looking bad prose, it's a helping hand that makes you feel wonderfully blind. Oh, it's a century's remedy for the fact at heart. Star drives simple, lives in a house, a very big house in the country. He's got a fog in his chest, so he needs a lot of rest in the country. He doesn't drink, smoke, laugh, takes herbal baths in the country. It should come to no harm on the animal farm in the country. In the country. In the country. In the country.
Blur and Country House. That's just about it from BBC Radio Devon Sport tonight. Reaction on the way, more reaction on the way to Argyle's defeat at Luton and Torquay's loss at Worthing on John Akers at breakfast tomorrow. That's from 6 o'clock. I'll be back on Friday with our Friday night sports preview from 6. And on Saturday, we are live from 2 with Argyle at Rotherham, Exeter City against Bolton and Torquay at home against Chelmsford. Hope you'll be able to join us for that. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.
At 10 with the BBC News, I'm Johnny Freeman. Police searches have concluded at Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's previous home in Berkshire. The former prince was questioned last week on suspicion of misconduct in public office and released under investigation. The 66-year-old has previously denied any wrongdoing. Lawyers for Lord Mandelson have said he was arrested at his home yesterday because of a baseless suggestion he was planning to leave the country to take up residence abroad. His legal team said there was absolutely no truth whatsoever to that claim. The former British ambassador to the US is alleged to have shared market-sensitive information with Jeffrey Epstein. Our political correspondent Joe Pike says Lord Mandelson's lawyers said the arrest came as a surprise.
Peter Mandelson was arrested yesterday despite an agreement with the police that he would attend an interview next month on a voluntary basis. The arrest was prompted by a baseless suggestion that he was planning to leave the country and take up permanent residence abroad. We've asked the Metropolitan Police Service, they say, Peter Mandelson's overriding priority is to cooperate with the police investigation. We also understand that one of the conditions of his bail is that he's had to hand in his passport.
A police chief has said there was a serious failure when a warrant to arrest a paranoid schizophrenic was not carried out. Valdo Callicane fatally stabbed 3 people in Nottingham in June 2023. An inquiry heard the 34-year-old was subject to an arrest warrant for failing to turn up at court after he allegedly assaulted a police officer the year before. The government has announced GPs in England will have to guarantee same-day appointments for patients with urgent needs. A new clause will be inserted in contracts from April this year. Ministers are also pledging £500 million to help practices recruit more doctors. The Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, has told the BBC there have been improvements, but changes still need to be made.
There is further to go, but I hope that people listening take some hope and confidence from the fact that the NHS is finally moving in the right direction, even if I'd be the first to say that there is still a lot more for me and for the government to do.
A mum and dad from Kent, whose son is the first UK baby to be born using a transplanted womb, say they've been given the gift of life. The womb was donated to Grace Bell by the family of a woman who died. Grace gave birth to her and her partner Steve Powell's son Hugo just before Christmas last year. And today marks the start of this year's BBC Local Radio Make a Difference Awards to recognise the unsung heroes in our communities. There are 8 categories. England Rugby Union star Ellie Kildunn was runner-up in the BBC Sports Personality of the Year contest. She's judging the Active Award in West Yorkshire.
Sometimes you don't realise how powerful your own story is, but you've got the power to inspire people to do some really amazing things. They just need to hear your story because everyone's got one. If the opportunity is there for your story to be heard, go for it, full throttle.
Nominations close at 5 p.m. on the 31st of March, and there's more information at bbc.co.uk/makeadifference. You're up to date. It's